Welcome back to the Reggies podcast. You're here with three blokes who could have been anything but decided to have fun instead. How we going, boys?
Good, mate.
Hope you had a cracking weekend. I did. I remember heaps. Apologies if you saw me at the Boyne-Tannum hookup on Saturday night. And look, I don't remember seeing you. So,
What was your birthday, mate?
No, I genuinely felt fucking terrible on Sunday morning. You know when you've proper blacked out and you go, oh no. Oh,
Especially you.
And then the little gaps start getting filled in by the boys, and you just feel even worse. So
it's not what you want.
I apologised to a couple of people.
Yeah.
There was some loud G1 getting around. We won't go
in
into
fine
details
form.
there, but look, if I saw you, sorry.
Have you got your serotonin back
So
yet?
that's pretty
or-
much training for an event we have coming up.
No, I'm not going to do that. Fucking going to have to run the show, mate. But
be in
the
his business
Milton Common event is only a week away for all your Reggies and for all you Zemoreya owners. The Eagle Farm Tour, Meet Zemoreya / Milton Common event is a week and a half, 10 days or so away. It's May the 17th. We can't wait. We've just spent 20 minutes sitting here fucking talking about it
Foaming
before
at
we
the
actually
mouth.
hit record.
Yeah.
So, oh man, it's going to be awesome. So I've put up a poll in the RRLC on the 18th of March, which was a long time ago. 2 months notice, actually. You don't have to scroll down to find it because I pinned it to the features tab of the group. So there's a poll in there. There's a poll, and then there's also another post that details the whole event. So there was only two options, boys. And they were 100% yes, I'm coming, or 99.9% only a catastrophic event stops me from coming.
I do remember that.
Everyone who voted yes, obviously you're in, 100%. To the 21 people that are still in the 99% only a catastrophic event stops me, let me just read out the definition of a catastrophe. An event causing great and usually sudden damage or suffering. So, if on May 17 you still got your vote on that little tab and you don't show up, don't bother fucking listening the next week. Don't talk to me again because 99.9% only a catastrophic event stops me. You got to be there or remove your vote, please, because it is hard to try and gauge numbers when you don't have a ticket to the event. So I've done my best. I think I've got a little bracket of how many people I think will be there. If we overshoot it, who cares?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Milton Common will deal with it.
Yeah, that's
They
right.
love
Wear
it.
your jerseys. I'm serious. I'll kick asses out of there.
Well, you're going to blend in more, and it's going to be obvious if you are a listener of the show, not just some average Joe trying to roll in.
So in saying that, I mean, if we go over it by 20 people, not 200.
I'll tip beer over the fence, India.
Yeah. So please, if you have voted and you can't make it, just change it. It'll take 2 seconds.
Yeah, just to help us out a little bit, gauging some numbers.
But man, it's seriously going to be so much fun.
We were talking before, and not only are we getting together, for the first time officially as a community, the Reggies community, but having a day of punting. Neds are getting involved. It'll be our first hosted pot that we're going to do. So that's when you guys tip in. At least the 100 there will be tipping in, and we'll be whipping whatever ponies we choose together live, which will be even better. Just, it's a great time to be alive. Great time to be in Brisbane.
It's a great time to be a Reggie.
Fucking
I
oath.
think May 17th could be Christmas Day for Reginald's.
Well, yes.
Like, especially on the calendar year, like this is the one.
Well, what
that
more
wanna
could
be
you
at.
really ask for in a day for someone like us?
That's right. For an owner especially.
Yeah.
Going to the track, there's been a few people ask me, what do I wear to the races? And I was like, mate, we're not going to the races. So I don't know how I've miscommunicated
Just say
that.
Reggie's jersey.
But the owners are going to the stables at the racetrack to meet their horse that they own.
Yeah.
And then we're going to a brewery back in Milton.
Yeah,
To
which
drink
serves
and
food
watch.
and piss
So,
and
What
Piss,
races on a
food,
screen?
Races on a big screen. Footy afterwards.
Yeah.
What more could you want?
Zemoreya will not be
Ned's-
racing. You will
No.
not be racing him.
No.
He'll
You
be
won't
in
be
a
riding
stable.
him.
No.
You won't be
There'd
pulling
be
him.
some claims for some big boys on the
So
back of him.
Neds are going to have a representative there, which is going to be awesome. So
Yep.
we're going to work a few things out with them. They're going to have merch and all that sort of stuff with them. We're going to have merch as well. We've got a special, very special piece of merch.
Actually, yeah.
One item, one only, in one size. It was a sample. It was a sample of a jersey that we were thinking about getting. Very similar design to this, but a little bit different colours. And there's one of one, and we've just got to decide, like,
MVP
what
of
is
the
going to
day?
get it.
Well, that's what
is
we're
gonna get it.
the initial chat, and this doesn't have to be it, but initial chat was MVP of the day,
Best on
start
ground.
to finish, best on ground, who performed the best. That's not who got the drunkest fuckwits spewed and shit themselves. That's
So don't think that just funnel
because you'll
of
get
beers.
some bloke just raw in wanting that jersey.
I
and just
can
shit
drink.
himself.
Yeah.
So-
So that was originally the idea, and then I said, "Boys, I don't want it that bad."
Wow. I think the jersey quite fits in with the theme. You could call it the Ned sample.
What is it? A large?
Oh, yeah, I think it is. That's great, Jace, because it is a orange one.
yeah,
so that
there's
can
a
be
bit of orange on
So
it.
that can be the Ned's
Good stuff.
The
The
Ned's best on ground
you know what?
RLC
It
25
It could be
jersey.
for the best, like the most return on a bet. Too,
that's a
you
good
know?
call.
We'll gauge it. We don't have to give a criteria.
We might talk
We
with the
will
Ned's
gauge it.
representative, and so it's not a biased decision. We
Yeah.
might get them doing some things, judging.
Yeah.
See how we go.
We're also going to have our first hosted pot, which is I just can't wait for that because we're in discussions with ourselves on whether we do a $25 buy-in or whether we do a $50 buy-in, because let's be honest, you all listen to this because you just love punting. So it's not a thing where you're going to be scared. But it is the first one. We may just do the 25. But keep that in mind anyway. There'll be more to come on the Punt Show Friday, and then obviously next week as well with what we're going to plan to do with the pot. And obviously it's going to involve everyone. Like, I do not trust myself to be betting with everyone's
The
money.
soul man betting.
So obviously it'll be awesome if you're there.
Yeah.
And in the pot. That will just be epic to have 4 figures on something
Yes.
as a group and watch it steam, hopefully. But if you're not there, go in the pot anyway, and you'll
some faith
obviously
in us.
get your chance to fucking vote on what horse we go and what race. So that's going to be prime. I can't wait. If you are a Zemoreya owner, I'm going to put something in the chat in the group today. There's been the tiniest little change of plans. Just the logistics around what people were coming from out of town, who lives in Brisbane, where you're going to stay in Brisbane, all that. There wasn't actually that many of us that were keen to sort of meet in the city. So what we're going to do now is we're going to meet at, I was going to say Neesham and Archibald, but the Archibald stables.
Yes.
At 10:30, which is at Eagle Farm. It's like 15 minutes from the city. 10:30 a.m. Eagle Farm, Archibald Stables. We're going to go meet Zemoreya for an hour or so, tour around, say g'day,
Yep.
probably fucking find a bit of Polly, give Barbs a whack, and then we'll get on the bus at Eagle Farm and we'll get bussed straight to Milton Common.
Yeah, and that's where we'll meet all the rest of you. So if you're not
Yeah.
a owner of Zemoreya, don't rock up to the stables because you'll be out the front. You'll be out the front walking around like with a fat and fuck all to do.
Oh,
with it.
there's a list.
Yeah.
There's a list of you.
And they're
And-
ticking off names.
So yeah, the Milton event is 12 p.m. start.
Yeah.
And
Perfect.
If we're a touch late, then it's because the bus driver got held up. But I'm sure you'll find something to do. So yeah, that's where we're at. I will put a post up just confirming that. But anyone who's not in the owners group, that's what's going to happen. We're going to meet at Eagle Farm 10:30, rather than go to the city, bus to Eagle Farm, and then bus back to Milton. We're all just going to meet at Eagle Farm. So
Yeah.
it's going to work way better. The more I thought about it, it was a bit stupid to meet in the city. And then if people are living
Still
in
a
the
bit too much.
northern suburbs of Brizzy as well, like there's no point of you
Oi,
doing
simple
that,
as fuck. If you're an owner, we'll meet you at the stables. We'll get a bus back to the piss up. If
Yeah.
you're not an owner, meet you at the piss up.
Bang.
Yeah.
Very simple.
if you're an owner and have access to a large esky with ice in it that we can put on the bus, hit us up.
Because it'd be a cunt to fly with ours.
Yeah. Imagine checking
Or,
that
you
in.
know, like styrofoam box, man.
Anything.
Bit of plastic in
Anything
there.
will work. Just
Be
a couple
unreal.
of roadies for the boys.
Yeah. So
It's
we
not
can-
a bus trip
So
without
we can
peace.
sing songs
Yeah.
and
Oh, we'll
carry
show
on.
the lady.
Yeah, I think there'll be heaps of owners' missos on there.
Yes. Well, we won't be singing that.
Righto, so more to come there. But look, man, I can't wait. That is just going to be a day with dreams are made of.
Unreal.
Yeah.
That's all a dirty
I'm so
old
fucking excited.
fucking punting man's day out.
Yeah.
It's what we've spoke about for
We're going to
2
have
years now.
Keto will be there, and he'll just be yarning stories, no doubt.
Bananas.
Tommy Button, and both bananas will be there. But I don't know if you know, but it's Doomben 10,000 Day that day, May 17th. Tommy Button, TBR.
Heard of him?
He used to be a jockey, ladies and gentlemen, and he rode in the Doomben 10,000 one year. In between races, I'm going to get the replay up, and I'm going to get Tommy to talk us through the ride
Yeah.
because he was robbed. He was robbed. So look forward to that. Tommy Button's fucking 10,000 story and how he probably should have won it.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
shit.
I don't know if you use quickly while we're on the topic of TBR and him and the big stage people in front of him. Did you see him boogieing on the weekend in the RLC?
No.
I think it might have been his young
Boogieing.
lad put up, and he's up on a table in his fine, nice clothes, getting a big boogie on, and I think some people are going to be keen to see that next weekend too.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Do you know what I'm pumped about?
Me too,
Is
can
that
dance.
everyone's heard these lads on the show, but they haven't been on the piss with them.
Oh, no, they're different beasts.
It's good stuff. Yeah, my old man, he's on a holiday. He's going to go
Yeah,
over to
that's
Canada and
a
that,
bit of
so
a
he can't
shame.
make it. But a lot of us will be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is Pedro be there?
Pedro will be there, yes.
Keto, the
In fine
bananas,
form.
Barbs.
I don't want to go too fucking out of control here, but I can almost guarantee of the bloke who will drink the most piss, like quantity-wise.
Yeah.
And it'll be B. Keating.
That's a
But-
given. I think.
But that's just because he has about 2 mouthfuls of his schooner and it's gone.
Yep.
A lot of
And
training goes
He
into
will
that.
wake
Yeah.
up and brush his teeth with a Hahn 3.5. Not even kidding.
These boys stopped in and saw him actually on the way up to Townsville.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we
And
did.
Anzac morning, was it?
It was.
Anzac
It
morning.
was.
He cooked him up fucking bacon
Nice little
egg
bacon egg
burgers.
sanger. Just a
And,
great bloke.
It was like AM morning.
Yeah, yeah.
And he said, "Oh, your dad fucking blah 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 did this." I said, "Oh, good on him." I said, "How many beers he had?" He tipped a few in.
Look, I wasn't
Cooking up bacon
counting,
and
but I
eggs.
think it was at least 2 in the space of about a 20 to 30 minute catch up.
Yeah, and it was like
It was about
8.
9 a.m., 8:45.
Oh,
it was Anzac Day,
Yeah,
mate.
mate, you've
Fucking-
got to.
that's
That's
a
what
man
the
on a
fucking
day off.
soldiers fought for.
Man on a day off, he would have been mowing after that.
Oh, yeah, he was talking about it. He was. You know him too
Oh,
well.
fuck yeah. I think that was it. I
Yeah,
was gonna
look,
say
we're
something else.
gonna be trouting off about it next week as well. But if you do not have anything on next weekend, fucking be there.
This
That's
isn't
all.
the last you'll hear of it. We're going to pump
Yeah,
it the
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
up.
The New South Wales Blues women are up 1-0, boys. They got the job done at Suncorp. That's
Yep.
back-to-back losses for Queensland at Suncorp.
Yes.
Good news, we got a chance to come back in this one, though.
Yep.
So, look, it is what it is. What do you do?
Oi,
We've
Queensland's
in worse
been
spots.
down 1-0 before.
Yeah.
Plenty of times.
It was a bit of a humping, actually, like a flogging.
There's a reason that Origin series are 3 games, not 1. So plenty of time to come back here.
I got a bit of Buzz Rothfield news.
Ooh.
Daly Cherry Evans expected to sign with the Roosters any day.
Jeez, that's
Really?
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Wonder
Could
if-
be a fair bit of truth to that as well, because Fogarty is confirmed to Manly.
Right.
2-year deal,
Yeah.
I believe.
But we
That
knew
makes-
Cherry was going. But
It makes sense,
Roosters.
doesn't it?
Oh, it
There you
doesn't to
go.
me.
Doesn't it?
I hate it.
Yeah. I don't love it. I don't like it either. But I'm saying it makes sense. Look at Cooper Cronk and the
Yeah.
Twilight.
But they're
Look
pretty
at,
much saying
Here's a
if
boat.
we get him,
Daily.
if we get him, because they've got fucking Sandon Smith, fuck it. That Savala is a gun.
He's played really well last
His
couple
kicking
weeks.
game is unbelievable for a bloke who has barely played.
Putting his hand
Bit
up
of
for the
news
jersey.
on old Hugo, actually. Old Hughie Savala.
Here we go.
He
Hot off the
just
press.
quietly heard on the radio that he gets down to Randwick on a Saturday with the bookie's bag on his hip.
Does he?
He's a fucking bookie, or his family
You're
must be
kidding.
involved.
Yeah, right.
Bit of a side hustle for the
Oh,
kid.
how good.
That's good stuff.
Love him already.
I love this bloke. Get
They
him
don't
on.
need Cherry. So I don't get why they got Sanders Smith, they got fucking Sam Walker, they got Savala,
Mate.
they got some other cunt in the
Obviously,
New South
they
Wales.
just don't back their young fellas, do they?
No, well, you're right when it's hard to not reference back to Cooper Cronk here
Yeah.
because they had Mitchell Pearce and they still went, oh, we're going to get Cooper Cronk.
Yeah, but did
Like,
they have? Do they
Do
have
you
the
like
cattle?
yachts daily?
Yes. Do you want to stay in Sydney? Do you want lots of money under the table?
But
Here's
do
an
they
offer.
have the same? Like when they got Cronk, it was like we're ready to win a comp here. We just need someone to
Yeah,
guide
let's
us
go
around.
back to back.
I feel like they don't have that.
Well, they're getting rid of Dom Young.
Yeah, and like
Oh,
they've
just
told
say-
him today,
yeah, they just-
effective, immediate, get the fuck
God,
out.
he's hopeless.
So,
man.
see, they said
Yeah.
I read on the way in here, or before I left, sorry, because I wasn't looking at my phone whilst driving.
No, that's right.
But the Dom Young apparently has been granted permission to leave immediately. I
Yeah,
read.
essentially just said, fuck off, mate.
Yeah.
Like, get out.
So-
and it's either Newcastle are going to take him back or he's going straight on Webjet and getting back to England.
So is it that? Will he get paid out there?
I'm not sure.
Surely.
He only signed, what, fucking a year and a
in
half
saying
ago,
that
didn't
though,
he?
he's not. I don't think he's the cleverest winger.
He doesn't
But-
strike me
but
as an intellect.
He's not the worst winger on the
I've ever
wing of
seen.
an NRL team.
Do you
at the
remember
moment.
Michael
No.
Barney?
No, was that a bit before my
Fuck
time?
you.
Can
was
I
hopeless.
please have another ale?
I actually will too, mate.
Thanks, mate.
I wasn't going to be that rude.
You must have times than anyone.
Quickly, yeah. So, yeah, Michael Barney, look him up. He was hopeless, man. Played for the
out
Cowboys.
to him.
Me and Kingy used to just. give
He
him
was your
rubbish.
niche
Oh.
meme, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. Him and Alapati Carlisle from
Yeah,
Port Adelaide. He
wow.
was fucking hopeless too.
Everyone's got, from no matter what
Thanks, mate.
sport,
Thanks,
you and your
mate.
mates, like, there's always one player that's just been a bit of a meme.
Yeah.
That is not very well known, but for some reason, you just can't take your eyes off how just
Yeah.
bang on average they are.
Yeah. Speaking of the Knights, they decided they can play again, which is good for Kalen Ponga because Queensland need him to fire and quickly.
Yeah,
But
it's
see,
starting to get-
I don't know if everyone else is a bit too worried about if Ponga's in good form or not. Ponga has never really let
I
Queensland
know
down.
that, but it'd be nice.
Oh, of course.
I wouldn't hate if he
Like,
was in Dally M form.
shitting the bed, killing it. Obviously, you're going to choose
Yeah.
killing it. But I mean, I am not worried at all
No,
about
neither.
KP stepping up to the plate.
And neither
for
am I,
Queensland.
not at all.
Reece Walsh, different. He hasn't been there and performed well
Yet,
for Queensland
yeah.
before yet.
So his confident thing.
But
yeah.
for
I'm
me,
hearing you.
for me personally, it's just a lock. I don't give a fuck if he has
Yeah.
the shittest game every game until Origin.
At
He's
least
a
for
fullback,
game one,
surely. Yeah,
100%.
Give
You
him that
cannot
shot.
write him off before
We're at
he fucking
Suncorp
plays.
2, game 1.
Oh,
it is huge.
That's a
Are
must
we?
win.
Yeah.
It is
Oh!
already
It
a
is
must
massive,
win.
man.
That is huge.
It is massive.
We need to win that.
Yes.
Big time.
Although
Decider
we probably
at
said
a
that
core.
about them last year in Sydney game 1.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
True.
yeah.
But
look,
we just love.
How are we already talking about it?
Well, it's
well,
not far
fucking
away,
3
mate.
weeks away,
That's what I'm
mate.
It is
saying.
quite close.
How
28.
fucking exciting.
It just
Yeah.
comes
I
out of
hate
nowhere.
those cunts that kiss their dad at this time of year. Holy
Yeah, dude, it's like the breeze starts to get a bit colder, the sun starts to set a bit earlier, and you just go, fuck, I hate what's south of the border.
Yeah,
I
like-
hate all of them.
It's like it's almost like goes simultaneously when it's time to start your fire out the back.
Yes.
The fire starts in your guts.
Just
of
want to
hate.
burn. You get everything blue in the house, even these cans.
Oh,
Yeah,
but it's
fuck them off.
it's a great time of the year. I
Yeah.
fucking love it. It just it's unrivaled to me the passion I have for this game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
28th
times.
of May, boys, which is what? This fucking Wednesday, it'll be 3
That is
weeks.
so close.
And then I do the trip down to fucking Sydney that weekend.
oh, you do
good.
too.
Which is a bit shit for the footy because you'd think if
the
you-
rugby league weekend.
they'll get a few players will get arrested and whatnot.
Yeah,
but who cares?
still.
Who cares? I'm bringing back an old segment, boys. We're skipping the wars and cows. Don't worry about them. Not a bad game, but I'm bringing back a segment for 1 week only.
Let's hear it.
It's called Squeeze of the Week.
Oh.
Used to be sponsored by the Standard Squeeze. Shout out to them. Very first sponsor of the show.
Great people.
Jayden Su'a. Ow! Don't worry about Squeeze of the Week. You win for the whole year by diving over the try line and kneeing the ball out of your arms.
That is worthy of bringing back an old segment.
So,
I don't think you could do that if you tried.
He's literally done the safest way you're taught to never drop it.
Yeah, but sort of, because he did pull it off his chest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How do you knee a ball out of your own hands?
So
when it's on your chest.
Bad for the cunt.
It's all well and good laughing at him, but
it is.
Not only did it turn the game, get this in your head. The fact that it should have been 20-16 and it was 26-10 because they scored off it.
Yeah, Dream Buller.
Fair enough. Blowing a try over the line, you go, fuck, I've cost the boys. But for them to go 110 and score, and then it was half time, fuck.
Has anyone changed the landscape?
Did anyone keep a camera on Su'a?
No, but it could have been a lot of.
Because you can imagine oh no, how have I done that? To then into lifting the head up from the hands and going, are you running
Why
away?
does he have the ball 70 metres in front of me?
Oh my God.
I felt bad for that bloke.
And that's the craziest thing. That was the biggest fuck up. It's dramas spewing. There would be not a cunt on this earth off it more than him. Imagine if you did that. You'd be going.
Imagine walking into the shit.
But you just,
Mate,
it's not really like I should have done
this.
this better. I'm kicking myself. It's just gone.
It's just a fuck up.
How?
Yeah, just a genuine
how.
Could I have just kneaded over the dead ball?
Yeah.
Like if you're a Dragons fan, surely you're not going, what an idiot. You're just going, wow.
That's us. That is us.
That epitomised the Dragons' last few years.
Yeah, mate.
That was.
I just can't stress enough how huge the score turnaround meant.
Yeah.
Down 4. Down 16.
Yep. That was really
the
tough.
dogs bounced back as we expected against the Titans. That's 5 losses in a row now for the Gold Coast. Fafita was dropped last week.
But then
we need to look at some team lists, actually.
I read something about that he had some injury. That I
thought he got dropped because he came out with a big spiel saying, I'm going to work to get back in. This isn't the end of me. It's like, well, just do it then.
He was dropped for sure.
He was dropped back to Ipswich Jets, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what all the reports were. So.
Insanity to see north of $1 million
just got
player.
$1 million playing for Ippy.
But
surely I can turn Jayden Campbell into a great halfback here like I've done with Metcalf. Because how good he's going, by the way.
Yeah.
After I said they need a good half, here he is just being the best half. Jayden Campbell, he's a great elusive player like his old man.
Little 5'8",
I just don't think he is a structured 7.
Well, that's the problem.
Is it Preston's son?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely?
Definitely.
100%.
Okay, because we've done this with Alyssa Healy.
It was him.
No,
it is.
Son.
It is
100%. Yeah, that's probably been the problem with Gold Coast for so long now. And I think I've mentioned it before that they've just always had the likes of Brimo, JC. Like, Kinney came in and kind of solved the problem with fullback. Yeah. But those two, and then you got Foz, who is injured more than not. So the spine, Sam Verrills came in at hooker, and he hasn't played hooker consistently over his tenure.
Poor cunt's had a heap of injuries.
He's had a heap of injuries. Like, their spine problem has just been so chop and change for the last few years. I just think
the problem is with Jayden Campbell is, like I said before, similar to his old man, you got to use him for his elusive play and broken play.
1 or 6.
Yeah, exactly. You're putting him in a position where he's supposed to be the general and you can't use him for his off-the-cuff magic. You know,
everyone trade him in this week.
Well, there you go. This is what I'm doing. I'm turning him. Sorry, Luke. You're going to have a bit of weight off your shoulders because here comes Campbell.
Is he playing? He's playing 7 this week.
Yeah. He's named at 7.
So no Fafita again.
No.
So, but
is
that
playing
was last
fullback
week.
still?
Yeah, De Grooti. But yeah, look, to have $1 million playing for Ipswich, not ideal.
I need to check on that thing with the...
Big Wilfred said, Big W Mason, he's like, he either goes back and just scores fucking 5 tries and dominates and then straight back in, or he drops the bottom lip and that's it.
Yeah,
So-
it's a complete attitude choice here for
Aren't
him.
the Chooks just going, ooh?
Yeah, glad
Here it
we
is.
missed out on
Dodged
that.
one there.
But he's
So,
still so young. He
This
can
was
turn
2
his
hours
career
ago
around.
on the old Clarkie's Rugby League column. Shout out to him.
Clarkie.
Dave Fafita has been ruled out indefinitely and will visit an ankle specialist for advice regarding ongoing complications since his post-season operation.
Is that
So
Clarkie being a Titans fan?
No, it says via Titans website.
Okay. Right,
So that might be what he was maybe getting at when
Yeah.
he was saying when things come out of the wash. Maybe I don't know.
well, he made that, like, Fafita made it on the public record, said about how he's gone back to reserve grade and he wants to, like, he's going to work to be better and shit.
I wonder if he-
don't know what it actually was, but so maybe he got injured while he was playing for Ipswich.
For Feeder to miss playing after playing with pain-killing jabs.
It says complications after his post-season surgery.
It's just frustrating because I can't imagine how it feels to be a Gold Coast fan, but as a Queensland fan, and you know you've got this guy in your arsenal, and he's just like that problem.
He
that you
should
see with
wreck
a lot.
cunts.
Yeah, you see with Katoni Staggs, like these players that are so destructive, but they're not consistent with it, and you just go, if you could do that every week,
It's
mate,
like these
would be the
people
best player
who
ever.
can't be like Payne Haas. He's one in whatever, but
Yeah.
similar like characteristics to make an impact like Payne
Even
Haas.
more
but
agile.
It seems like he's the only one out of all of them with the potential that's putting it to fucking use.
that's running 30
Yeah.
hit-ups
like
a game.
Payne Haas is just your most solid, fucking
Best forward in the game,
He's an
no doubt
absolute
about
killer. You look at Katoni Staggs and Dave Fafita; they could both be guns in their positions too,
Yep.
but for whatever reason it is, they aren't.
Confidence
what.
issue, like what could it be? Because that potential is
If Payne
fucking
Haas
untapped.
doesn't go down, like, I know it's different eras and shit, but, mate, he is on trajectory to just
He's a freak.
be easily the best front rower
Yeah.
you've ever seen.
Well,
For
look
sure.
at his age.
Like,
He's
fuck,
mid-20s and he is get a
Well,
couple
what-
premierships to his name and he's just completed everything.
And
he
I
could
know
win a
you
fucking
had
Dally M.
Big fucking Chief Harrigan and fucking
Oh,
Blocker.
yeah,
and all
Lazarus.
them, which is different era. I
Very
get it.
different
They were
types of
just so
forwards.
tough and fucking...
Well, what's the characteristics that you could say other front rowers have better than him? Maybe like that, like when the Biffin was on, but that's not the game anymore.
No.
Like
No.
there's no literal football ability that many other front rowers.
Imagine
have
if
got better
he
than him.
played back then.
Oh,
Dude. Like they would have been, why can
they
this
just would have
bloke...
grabbed him out of the
Why
game.
does this big fella...
yeah.
Why are you fit? Why
Tell
are you
us what a
fast?
flog the
Why
fuck
can you
out of it.
offload?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Now, hear me out, Jason.
I'll hear you. I'll fucking hear
These
you.
pack of yo-yos,
Oh, bro.
fucking up and down like Lana Rhodes on a big pole.
Oh!
Brisbane, man. They're just not good to watch when they play like that, obviously.
hurts.
And I can say this because the first thing I said last week, I said, back it up next week and you might get a compliment from me because you just know that when they turn that out, it's gross to watch.
That's what
I knew
Borrell, yeah.
it was done when we had those. Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
4 to 5 sets in a row.
Yeah.
Set restart after set restart, which I
first
hate,
half.
by the way. Apparently, set restarts just go times 10 when you're in the attacking 20. 4 in a row, and not only did we not score, did not even look like scoring.
Nah,
it was
we
just
were out on our
side to
feet,
side.
man.
Fucking drop under. That was it. And I
Out
just
on our
went,
fucking
we
feet.
can't. And Penrith went straight down the other end and scored. I went, that is game, set,
Yeah.
match.
Yep.
Game, set, match.
That's right. Like Borrell, I was talking to him before, and he's like, he sent this funny photo of like a fucking Bronco strangling a panther. I said, oh, well, who knows, bro? You fucking should, you cunts.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, we can't win 2 in a row. Like, and he was saying, I don't want to jinx ourselves, but I'm fucking not confident. And then after, he's like, told ya.
Yeah.
Like,
It
fuck's
was
sake.
just set up for like Penrith. When are they going to
They
bounce
were
back
due,
against
yeah,
a great
definitely.
team? And then Brisbane, you can't go out and smash the Dogs and lose. Why are you doing this? And they just went, well, we're gonna. And Penrith, we're going to bounce back. Like that's just been, it was just that fairy tale of the bogey team.
you know-
Obviously, yous have been for us.
Yeah.
And
Do you know
fuck.
I was saying about how I was picking those couple of players just to go any time, every game? So when they come back, Latrell and Cleary was the other one. Cleary, I went Cleary and then went Panthers the line plus 5.5, paying like $7.50. That was a beautiful one, seeing him the show and go.
Yeah,
that was pretty
was
much the exact
haunting.
same try.
Oh, yeah.
It literally was. Did you
was,
see
man.
the two?
Yeah, I watched it and I just went.
Was it?
It was like a fucking Vietnam flashback, like a chopper flew over my head, and then the commentators were just like, Grand Final. Bang, you turn it on your fucking Instagram. Grand Final is the replay. Dude,
I loved it, the commentator.
at that point, I wasn't even angry. I just went, this club just makes me sad.
Yeah, that's exactly
And
right.
it's because of the hope. It's because of the best lineup probably in the comp, 1 to 17.
We are, I said it to you, we are the most underperforming team by a mile.
100%.
Superstars everywhere and then produce that.
Since
And,
06,
mate.
it's been that same fucking problem. Superstars, all the talent coming through the ranks, all the money, the location.
And look, we've had two where we fucking pretty much won the GF, but
That's
lost
what-
them
yeah,
somehow,
yeah.
which obviously hurts even
There's a
more.
curse hanging
So you
over
can't
us.
say that we haven't, performed on the big stage.
No,
because we have.
Well,
We've
we're a
just-
consistent top 8 side, I think it's probably fair to say, over the last 20, 30 years.
we just haven't won.
But no. And look, the season is young, but we should be a lot more consistent than we are.
Oh, just lose by
The only
4.
slight, exactly. The only slight,
So,
sort of silver lining I see is that everyone is having a bit of an inconsistent year. But you're right, we should be
True.
losing to Penrith by a try
See, I
or
think-
a penalty goal, not by that much.
I think what happens with Penrith too is though they've got to a point where they've started that badly that they'd all be aware that you pretty much can't lose again. Otherwise, you'll be out of the 8. Like that'd be their narrative. So fucking,
Save
they've
your
almost
season.
got the biggest kick in the arse out of anyone
Yeah.
with a reputation to uphold.
It would have been
That
nice.
still shouldn't have happened.
It would have been nice to have like a fucking two sides just go at it and play really well
That
instead
was-
of one
that-
just have
Yeah,
nothing.
I
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Just have
mate.
nothing
shit,
in
eh?
attack. It was terrible.
How do Penrith be so shit and then make another team look shit who
Yeah.
haven't been as shit?
Especially
Yeah.
the Sun. They've clearly
That's been
put
this year, though.
a game like that
True.
on
Very
Sunday
true.
of Magic Round because they were like, we need to get a big crowd for all the people that are 3 days hungover. Let's get Melbourne and Canberra. Lived up to the hype. Brisbane and Penrith, that'll be a cracker. And there would have been a lot of sad and angry Brisbane fans.
Yeah.
in
So
the stadium.
everyone come over to mine before we went over to the raffles and that. Obviously,
You would have felt awesome.
come
too.
over, and it was like we'd already pretty well lost the game. It was second half, and it was like, let's head over, and I went, nah, I'm going to watch every fucking second because. In 4,000 years' time, when we finally win the comp, I can say I was fucking there
I
in the tough
stuck
times.
through.
So I kept
battled
it on.
through.
I kept it on until the fucking whistle went, and then turned it off. I said, "Nah, I'm sitting through this pain.
Yep, and
I'm
you know
fucking doing it."
Soaking it in.
Yeah.
Eventually, when I have kids as well, I'll make them do the same. Because we
crying at the
probably
TV.
still won't have won a premiership.
Well,
by
when
then.
we've won, then you can go, how good's this young fella?
Yeah.
Remember what I made you watch crying?
Or when you've won, you can go to your mate who's a Penrith fan and say, "Get out, who are ya? Leave," and then they come. Then they come back.
How did that happen? Anyway,
The last game though, boys.
yeah.
So
What
obviously
do we
a close
think?
one. I thought it was, I think the reffing at the moment's copping a lot of scrutiny.
Obviously,
Like
yeah. Big
for
time.
just inconsistency with what's been said versus what we're expecting versus it just being turned into fucking these games where it's dictated by who gets sent for 10 the most. I thought, and I don't just want to come here and bash refs, but I feel like that extra time period, he totally lost control of it the whole time.
Yeah.
And it was just a shame that it was just fuck up after confusion after
overshadowed
confusion.
such a good game.
And to finish it off, it was that shot where it did hit the head after it hit the shoulder, but that's what decides it after 2 half fuck ups down the other end. It was just a bit disappointing.
And that's not this half of that isn't even the head contact shit that has been going on last few weeks. Like it was just the tackle on Failongo that said it went out. And then a second effort, it didn't really. And then he calls it back for late contact.
So
and
he didn't look like an idiot and could keep going with
Stefano,
it.
and I
then
think
a push and shove,
Tom
and he gets a
Starling.
penalty against him. I think that was like a square
Paddy
up
Young jumps in.
for the fuck up before.
It's like it's almost like I know you have to police a game, but in that sort of context, and it's 50-50 on either side, just let the boys play. Let them play.
No one's going to be upset if you let the boys play.
I honestly
fuck
half
no,
feel
that's
sorry
what
for
we
the poor
want.
cunt. When you could see his brain tick when he realised that he didn't go out, which is why he blew the penalty
So
to begin
why couldn't
with.
you just say play the ball?
Because he made it up so old mate was hit late, so it was still a reason for it to stop, I think. But would that have been called if the other one wasn't? I don't know. And then Udakamanu, it's like he went, oh, here's me chance to not make it about me. Sent him for fucking 10.
And then sent Papali'i for coming in third man.
I just went, that was an absolute clusterfuck.
Just a circus.
It was like if you're gonna like.
Unfortunately.
The thing I don't understand in that sort of scenario, and just with the whole sin bin thing, is if you're going to send two blokes in the bin for 10 in a situation like that because of a little scuffle, why not just leave them on and let the boys
Fucking
play?
oath. Swing, brother. Because you're not going to... It's overtime.
It's like that's exactly... It's like if both of them are going to go off, both teams are going to be equally disadvantaged. It's like there wasn't really enough in that to just have to send them for 10 in golden points.
It surely can't keep going like this with the amount of sin bins. Like, we've seen it happen before where it calms down, because if it stays like this forever, cunts will just stop watching.
Yeah.
But we say that.
Joey Johns is walking out of the fucking box.
But it's never stayed, though, to that bad, you know? Like, when they've really cracked down and it's all blown up, every cunt's just whinged like fuck until they just stop it.
Yeah. And I don't enjoy getting on here each week and just...
Well, we got
ripping
it.
into
That's
the
how it
refs, but
stops.
you
We
kinda
got to
have
whinge.
You kind of have to, don't you?
We've got to join forces with the other
like,
yarners and
That'll
whinge.
happen, or the players will adapt and just
that's
get
right.
that good at fucking...
You see that happening, but this one just feels different.
But the problem is, though, is it's all about wrapping up the ball to not fucking allow offloads and shit.
Yeah.
So you got to hit high to stop an offload, and in doing that, if they slip over a bit, guess what's above the fucking shoulder? A neck and a head. For fuck's sake.
Maybe that's the plan. They want you to go that low so you can offload it. And the game's just that fast.
Well, I think I might have said this last week, but it almost feels like a step backwards, because modern day football, first man in, it's like you're taught to wrap up the ball, reduce and offload. Yeah. In the 80s, it was fucking drive and low.
It was,
legs
mate.
them.
You just grass cut.
Exactly.
Just chop cunts
So
in
now
half.
it's almost forcing towards the boys. Fucking legs them. 1-on-1 tackles. Fuck this 2-on-1, 3-on-1.
Someone's just going to have to shoot every time.
No one call high, no one call low. Just fucking drive.
There was actually one tackle on a young fella that made the news a while ago. About
I saw that.
And it was the best tackle ever.
Yes.
This bloke just got picked up by the legs, belted onto his back, and there was this big
He hurt
blow
himself.
Up.
And then
he got hurt, but because he got smoked.
Yeah.
In a great tackle.
Yeah.
And then people are blowing up. Oh, kid's scared of the game. Well, that's the game.
Don't play, mate.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not for you. It's not for everyone.
I have always been
And
big
that's
on,
fine.
like, I don't want to sound like that old geriatric bloke who's like, fucking back and more.
You have,
Mate, when
got fucking heaps of seasons in your legs.
Yeah, I do.
When
I've seen a few winters.
When they're really little kids, I get it. But, like, we're talking when you're at, like, starting high school or at the end of primary school, where you know the game now, and there's that aggression there. Young fellas are belting each other. That's the game, man.
Exactly.
You're going to cry. You're going to get belted. That's
So
how,
I don't want to be that bloke, but it is getting to the point now where you go,
Imagine
it's
how many
rugby league.
Usos just fucking steamrolled us at rep carnivals and shit.
Yeah.
Did we quit the game? No. We just had to be like,
rep, but
they had
got
fucking
the-
arm
I
sleeves
got-
and goatees.
Dude, under 13s, state carnivals, and you're like, why does he have a full arm sleeve and a beard?
And here's the coach around 13 little white kids just shivering.
Half my teammates don't have pubes yet.
Yeah. You're right, boys. Stick up to him.
legs
Get in front of him, son.
Body on the line. Play for your teammates.
Get in front of him. That's what it's all about. That's rugby league.
That's
Yeah,
league.
yeah.
Right, I think that's
and it's
league.
not for everyone.
That's
so
right.
if,
That's
you
not.
know, if it's not for your kid, then they don't have
That's
to
all right,
play.
yeah.
It's okay.
It's all good.
No one cares.
No.
The AFL,
Yep.
North, for fuck's sake. I've tipped ya, and how'd you not win that? Oh man,
That was-
that was theirs to lose in the end.
It really was.
They were into them.
The first two games.
I was proper rooting for them. Like,
well, you're obviously rooting against Essendon more than you are rooting for
but you
North.
just don't want to see them keep getting flogged all the time.
No,
so.
you don't. They kept it kind of respectable, scoreline-wise, but match-wise, watching...
it was rubbish.
It was absolute rubbish. Into one of the worst games I've probably seen in a long time.
St Kilda?
St Kilda Fremantle. More specifically, Fremantle.
So how do the old tip touches go from beating fucking the Crows last week?
They love Optus. If there's ever been such a case of long...
Oh, that
just
was
fucking
proper.
call it right now because they love being at home. They can't leave Optus.
Look,
because that was literally felt like watching Muddies versus Swans in
Your
fucking like the 200-0 bashings.
Unfortunately, St Kilda would be your poon in this fucking case.
Yes, which you don't usually say. About
Look,
St
we don't
Kilda.
like to admit it, but they were pretty good, the old Yeppoon Swans.
Yeah, I think they had the longest streak of grand final wins in
Yeah.
Australian.
They bought the premiership, so boys. You know,
Yeah, they did.
give
If you're a
everyone
CQ
jobs.
or even Queensland, you know about the fucking Swans.
They bought them all. They bought all
They
the players
did.
up from Victoria.
They did.
Give 'em
Not just
jobs.
true grit of the fucking Port City Muddies, mate. All our workers.
And look, this is a bit worrying here for the old Port Adelaide Power because this is the second time this year they've lost by 90 points.
Just strange.
Yucky.
I know they're
It's
having a
yucky.
down year, but you shouldn't be losing by 90, regardless of how Bont is just putting the boys
get
on his
that.
back. But 90 points.
Where was it played?
Fuck me.
Ballarat.
Where is Bar
Yeah,
Stadium?
actually, fuckwit
Snickers
who
Stadium.
plays for them
Well, that's
mentioned it.
what I wanted to
We-
actually...
we'll
I've
get
got that
there.
in me
We'll
notes.
get
right. Sorry,
He needs to woo up a bit.
Oh,
Just
this is good because I wanted to know your thoughts on it because you loved it at the start. So.
I did.
Yeah.
But
We'll get
just
into that
back
soon.
on Port quickly, they come out and play the best half of all time against Hawthorn, which is just awesome. Mate. I love that. Let's play for one half all year.
Well, the next team that we're going to talk
And
about is
play-
also going to relate to that sort of...
Yeah. Both of them, actually.
Exactly. Well, Crows, if you blindfold them every single game or just put a bit of ambient noise or something that says this is Adelaide
Put
Oval.
a nest up there.
Put a nest up there. Tell them it's Adelaide Oval. Hypnotise them. They'll just win every game, bro. They fucking love playing at Adelaide
it's
Oval.
a fucking fortress.
It genuinely is a
We've
fortress.
welded the nest up. I'm sick of telling you.
They love playing at home.
So, yeah, you've gone and lost to Freo, obviously, last week.
Yeah.
Freo have dished that shit up.
Yeah.
And then Carlton have beaten Geelong last week. And you just go and beat them by 60.
What do they think? It's
Hump.
rugby league? Do
10
they?
goals.
Genuine humping. Carlton, that just...
That is a humping. Huh?
I look at that and I just go...
It's a pizzling.
You're like, yeah, Adelaide performing at home, but Carlton, are you shit already?
Yeah.
Like, how do you come off the back of 60-odd thousand at the G, get a massive win? You
Three in a
finally,
row.
Yeah, finally like a big, decent win against a good team, and that
then
is
just
what you
dish it.
perform. Like,
Like,
just poor
In their
football.
defence, guys, I just want to say how hard it would be to keep fucking backing up week after week. And I know they're getting paid a lot of money, but to go and play a game down here in front of fucking 15 people and then back it up the next week, there's no, like, huge emotion there, you know? Like, how fucked are you after a semi or a grand final or something just because of the emotion?
There's more to it, yeah.
These fuckers are doing that. Like Geelong Carlton, it's a fucking massive game. You
Mate,
know what I mean?
if
Like,
you-
every week.
Yeah, you're talking
these
about-
Melbourne teams are getting 60, 70,000 to a game, and the fucking you've got to get up every week.
Yeah.
So like to have those flat ones, you go, yeah, I get it, but on
Well-
the flip side, debating with myself again, it's like they're getting paid a fuckload of money.
Fuck yeah.
So they should be able to recover and do
And
it.
also on the flip side, you look at, and I don't know if it just applies to Geelong specifically, and this literally falls into what Bailey Smith has said in his interview with Cam Mooney. We come off a game Easter Monday, 88,000, into Carlton at the G, 60-odd thousand,
Yeah.
into 82,000 against Collingwood at the G.
Yeah.
So, and his comments, Tom, Cam Mooney's
He's a former
interviewing him.
Bulldogs player.
Bailey
Bulldogs
Smith.
drafted him.
Yeah.
So back to what I was saying before, how Dogs played at Ballarat. It was about 4,500 they could fit into that construction site. And Bailey Smith there's not really any animosity, I thought,
They
between
pretty
him
much,
and the Dogs.
the reporter said to him, 80,000 at the G or something. How good's
Against
this?
Collingwood
And then
Saturday night, how good? And he goes, well, you're not getting that at Ballarat, are you, mate?
Yeah, he's
Just
like, yeah, you're not getting this at Ballarat.
Sprinkling,
it was
and
like,
look,
oh.
I don't think there was any bad blood that we're aware of. But
I just hope
mate,
he gets absolutely driven
But
in
he
a couple
knows
of
this.
rounds when he plays it.
He's doing what he's doing, and because he.
But why?
Because apparently he loves it. You know,
He
you're talking
left
about how
them.
draining it could be, that like atmosphere every week turning up. I think he fucking loves it. And he says he
Yeah,
loves
he
it.
does.
And he's just playing this free footy and he's showing up and he's putting this target on his back and he's getting 34 touches and kicking goals. Like,
Yeah, I get it. But
I think it is.
surely he fucking...
There could be so much bias here being a Geelong fan. I don't know
Oh,
what
no,
I
there's
would.
none at all. I
I
can't
don't know
tell.
what I'd say if he was playing for a different
No,
club. But
I would just like to know if... Because he left... Like, he was doing
On
all the
good
mental
terms,
health fucking
yeah.
rubbish, going, oh. So...
I think it's a bit of lighthearted banter.
And
I
that's
think
the
it's
team
been
he
blown
fucking
out of
drafted
proportion.
him and give him a chance.
I know. But it's not like he said, oh, fuck the Dogs, I can't wait to smash them in a few weeks' time. He just said, you're not getting that at Ballarat, mate. A bit of a cheeky
Yeah.
jib. Marcus Bontempelli replies with the most just classy captain reply you can ever think of. Oh, you know, maybe because he didn't have that many people to flip the bird to. Who knows? But, you know, makes for a good game when we play him in a few weeks.
Oh, it's
and
going to be a belter.
Cardinia Park will be absolutely pumping.
Oh, is it there?
Yeah, Footscray
Oh,
fans
he won't get
will be
booed then.
travelling out for that one. But I love it. I just think he's doing... It's like the amount of clashes we've had in the last few weeks and the big games that are getting just brewed up because he is just involving the crowd with being a cheeky bugger. It's a bit of fucking personality.
Think about it though, because
True.
it's almost because they get those crowds all the time. It's like an AFL player. I reckon that half a season and they'd almost become accustomed to those big crowds. I know
The Melbourne teams, yeah, for
you know what I
sure,
mean?
sure.
Because
Yeah.
like if you go to NRL, fuck all. Like when do they ever get a big crowd? So they probably feel the moment more.
They rise to the occasion,
like where
sort of
the
thing.
AFL lads, man, they're probably
Look
accustomed
at someone
to
like
Yeah.
Scott Pendlebury, a 400-odd gamer, and he is a Collingwood player. Like that game on Saturday night probably wouldn't have even fucking moved the needle for him.
Yeah, true.
How many times has he played in a bigger crowd than that at the G?
There's
He plays
been,
Anzac Days. He's won premierships. He's played prelims. That
And he
kind of
plays for Collingwood.
And he
So
plays
he
for Collingwood.
gets that all the time.
Loudest, biggest crowd. Like
So it's
there
almost
is.
like as soon as they get into the AFL, it's like they are in the pressure cooker, and I think
100%.
that'd start to.
How funny has all the shit been about Pendlebury about to play his 100th interstate game of his whole career, and he's played like 400 and something games.
Yeah,
because
see,
he
that
plays
just-
for Collingwood. He plays every fucking second weeks at the MCG.
Even if you're
yeah.
away against a
It's-
Melbourne team or Geelong, it's like, well, we're going to put it at the G.
I think there's a bloke.
going to go there.
They said that there was a guy who's played fucking. He would play for GWS or the Gold Coast or something, and he's played more interstate games. Fucking, and he's only played 150 games or something, you know, like whatever
it's
it was,
mental.
or it was like Pendlebury. He's played at more venues total than Pendlebury has in about 30 games. Than Pendlebury has in 400 and something games because he's never had to go to
Yeah, I
Darwin.
wanna
He's
see the
never had
numbers.
to go to fucking anywhere.
It's
Yeah.
pretty much the Gabba.
But
Adelaide
he,
Oval
like, what are
and-
they supposed to do? Play
Like-
fucking Collingwood Geelong in Darwin.
Yeah, exactly. Like Collingwood, you're always going to have that luxury if you play for Collingwood. You're going to get to play at the fucking Loud House
There
as
is some
much
salt
as
there,
possible.
though. It's great.
Yeah, there definitely is.
West Coast 0-8. They're not going to win a game.
No, it's
Harley
genuinely
Reid-
getting to the point where like when and where do they win?
It's not even Harley Reid plays well anymore. He gets 10 touches and does fuck all.
No, because he's just saying, get me the fuck to Essendon as soon as possible.
Which might not be such a good idea.
No.
We won't go in. We'll go into your one now, Jace. But just quickly, Hawthorn 60-something points. Awesome. Good work, boys.
Great
we'll
win,
move
you'll
on
take
from
that,
there.
yep.
And game of the round, mate. This was fucking AFL footy to a T.
If you want to show someone who doesn't really follow AFL much and you want to introduce them and say that is the fucking pinnacle of footy,
Yeah.
the ebbs and flows, ups and downs, that game literally almost gave me a heart attack.
So,
might have to go watch the
Geelong
Mate.
up by 18 in the first quarter.
Yep.
Collingwood
gates hot.
up by as much as 20 come the third quarter.
Wow.
Only for Geelong to be up by 2.5 goals late in the fourth. Fucking for Collingwood to come back and have a kick after the siren to win the game.
Oh,
He missed it, but mate, the roller coaster was just
that last
when
10
Geelong
minutes.
kicked away at the end. You go right, that's it. And
I
then for
thought
them
so.
to fucking come back and have a
thought
kick
so.
after the siren.
Ollie Henry's goal, I thought that's nail in the coffin. That's fairy tale. That's a bloke who's fucking been playing shit, and he's an ex-Collingwood player. They hate him. Bang, he's done it. And then just that last 3 or 4 minutes, and you just heard the crowd, and everyone's talking about the Bobby Hill trip on Sean Manor.
That was a trip.
It was a trip.
It was a definite
I don't care if you're like, if you slow it down, he just started above the knees. Do you think an umpire is going to fucking be able to have slow motion vision?
No, it was a trip.
In normal time, that is a trip every day of the week. He'd
So-
go for him. So rule that fucking bullshit
Poor
out.
old mate with the footy these days has got everything against him. He's got no time to get rid of it. He's fucking pretty much as soon as you take possession of it, you're getting absolutely swarmed. You got no time at all to choose to do anything, and if you fuck it up, you get pinged.
Yep.
So they never ping tacklers for in the back anymore. You can just drive someone, and it's a fucking fair tackle. You got to have something. You can't tackle below the knee. That's always been a fucking rule. So I reckon it was a trip.
Yeah, and you
Unfortunately,
just
it
knew
hurts me to say.
that pissed me off. That the whole, and it was just Collingwood's excuse because they were like, "Oh well, if that didn't happen, we would have won." Blah blah blah. You missed a couple of very bad set shots in the fourth, but that last 5 minutes, they kick. I think it might have been Schultz kicked a goal. Correct me if I'm wrong. For them, and then they were down by 3. And 20 seconds left, and you're just like, okay.
What was fucking Blitzarves doing?
Because he did it once, and I was like, okay, Blitz, how about you just get a massive clearance kick, put it down in the forward 50, and we'll do that in our end.
He tried to milk, like he had the ball tucked under the wing, and he almost had his chicken wing and old mate's leg. Like he was tackling him, pretending he was getting tackled.
Trying to just jam the ball and run down the clock, and it was just so very
obvious.
obvious.
But they pinged him. They said, holding the ball, 5 seconds to go. They bomb it into the 50, and fucking Jack Crisp takes a
Jack
mark.
Crisp.
And you just go,
240.
Where was it?
It was 50 out.
50 out, on a bit of an angle. And
He
this
was-
bloke, 245, I think it would be,
He
to
broke
set
the record for the most consecutive games in a row.
He's played
Like, hasn't missed
245
one for
games without missing.
245.
Run us through your emotions, Jace, when he takes that.
I couldn't
Mark,
watch.
son.
I couldn't.
Couldn't you?
I was hiding behind the couch, just going nut. I was just like, I literally said to Molly, I was like, "This is it." I was like, Collingwood. Typical fucking Collingwood, leave it to the last minute. Textbook, he's going to drain it. They're going to be like 245 games. Oh my God, Jack Crisp.
They were already doing it.
It was
the milestone, man.
Mark Howard had his balls cradled in his hands going, this is just going to be perfect. And I just went, it's too fucking biblical here.
He's going to kick it.
And he's just tried to hit the absolute leather off the cunt.
So...
And I felt for him because he's not a player that you have, like, you dislike.
He's not a shit cunt.
No, not at all. In a shit club, but he's not a shit cunt.
So everyone's fucking up him. Well, sorry, a couple of people said to me, did you see he fucking had a shot and he fucked it? And I went, mate, do you know how much fatigue and lactic acid that cunt would have had in his legs?
Such a big game, such a big
After
moment.
the siren in the fourth, and he's got a shot from 50. Like, you're just cooked.
Yeah.
Did he get a behind or anything?
Yeah. But it was funny because you could tell that the commentators weren't getting the view that
Mark
we had.
Howard thought he actually
'Cause
might have kicked it.
He was
and I was like,
fine to
mate,
go.
you knew as soon as
we
he
had
left
the
his
reverse
boot.
view behind the goals.
So you would have seen
straight off
away.
the boot. He nearly kicked. It just snuck in for a point.
Hmm.
And old mates, has he done it?
Yeah. It was
like,
just that setup. That made it so sweet. It was just like to get that against fucking
If you were watching with no, like, how do you explain this? You would have been watching anyway. But if you didn't have that view, they shot straight to Crisp on the camera, and everyone was getting around him.
Yeah.
Like he'd kicked it.
Yeah, but they're more saying
But
it's all good.
but
Well,
if you missed the goal slightly, you would have went, he's kicked it.
That is the one bone I have to pick with Fox Footy.
Oh, he's into it.
Well, mate, I'm talking about how it was all set up to be perfect for fucking Collingwood and blah, blah, but it wasn't. So Geelong won the game, and all they did was just pan the camera to Jack Chris getting sucked off.
Quickly.
And then, 30 minutes later, we'll show the boys and how Geelong have won.
About 10 seconds.
Gets to the fucking panel, and they're all sitting there just going, yeah, Geelong was so, good win. But, Collingwood were just so valiant to be able to do that. And it was just so Collingwood-like. Oh, Collingwood. And then, Collingwood probably would have won if it wasn't for those dodgy calls. And it's just like, boys... I'm not asking you to suck Geelong clean off here. But give credit to the winning team.
Just give us
Don't be such a gallon post-origin.
Just give, it's a tad bit more credit than you have been, because it felt like Gary Lyon was the only bloke doing it.
Look, I don't want you to just sit completely on the fence.
No.
But just come back a little bit.
It felt like surely even as a neutral,
jump back
you
on
could...
top of the fence and back into Geelong's side to talk.
Yeah, jump back and forward. Don't
It felt
just
very
fucking-
Collingwood favoured in
don't just camp
considering
it.
they lost.
No, it sounded like they were full on, going the other way to Collingwood. Come back a little bit towards the middle.
I disliked that, but it didn't ruin the
Yeah,
game
but they
for
got
me,
Dacos, man. So
exactly. But we said it was going to be game of the round. It fucking
it was a
delivered.
cracker.
That clash is so
I
good,
didn't
but-
actually get to watch the big battle of the bridge, but it looked like not
The
a bad,
homeless battle.
not a bad game. The kiss clash.
That's right. That's right.
it, the kisser.
All I did was look at a few stats, fellas. And Sydney led from minute 1 to the end. They never lost the lead.
Yep.
But fuck, man, the Giants led some stats, including the free kick count. Fuck me, 27-9 free kicks.
Jesus
Four.
Christ.
So they led the. Now these 3 were the ones I picked. There was more, but these 3 usually equate to winning the game. They led disposals, clearances, and contested possessions.
Those are your 3 key
Not win
stats
the
to
game.
win.
And they didn't just lose either. So
Wow.
they normally lead to victory, but
Clearances, especially in probably modern day
and contested
footy.
So
footy.
is that just
Yeah.
obviously the kicking through the sticks
So when there's
part?
a
Does that?
No, well, they kicked 10 goals, 13.
Yeah,
and
right.
Sydney kicked 12 goals, 15.
Yeah,
So
okay.
Sydney had more shots. It's just same amount. No, they had more shots.
This
yeah,
could be the win Sydney really needed to
Well,
to
they
get their
needed
season
something. They needed some.
back on track.
And look, to finish off the round, I tell you what, this was some A-grade planning here by the
They
AFL.
knew what they were doing in the Q
Let's put the
clash.
Q clash on Sunday night at 6 o'clock or something. It was of Magic Round.
Yeah,
7:20.
7:20. Oh, and we got a sellout. Wow.
late Sunday game, and you're just going, why are they? They're all leaving Suncorp and they're still bendering. Come and watch.
That would have
boys.
been a rogue crowd.
Well, yeah, if it was that crowd, it would have been.
Oh.
It still
Holy
looked
fuck.
pretty solid.
I said, what are we doing, boys?
What the fuck? The Bears are back. How hard have I gone this weekend?
So, well done there to whoever fucking organised that at the AFL.
I've got a couple more things just in terms of some trade rumour.
Yep, go.
The ever so reliable Sam McClure has come out and
You look a bit like him, actually.
that okay.
You need to get him up. I need to see.
No, because Tom's going to agree with you now.
Well,
What, are
I'm
you
only
scared?
going to agree.
I don't want to
if-
look like him.
I'm only going to agree if the bloke I see looks like you.
You've just opened up such a can of worms too now for the
Why can't I
RRLC.
see this cunt?
Oh, that's unreal.
Look at his Twitter photo if you're fucking listening.
Yeah. Little
Fuck man.
What is he, a squeezer?
I don't know
He
why
just
I
doesn't
said
have
that.
a great name in journalism in AFL. He's said a lot of hot takes and reported a lot of things that aren't true.
Red hot takes. Let's
Yeah,
just
there
say.
actually is a bit of similarities in him and I now that I mention it. He says shit that isn't true.
Anyway,
Wow. Okay.
keep going,
Anyway,
mate. That is brilliant. You do look similar.
He's reported
I
that.
don't know where that come from either.
Yeah.
Did not even mean
Look,
that.
I don't take it as a compliment, but is it an insult?
Oh no, we
opened
might
up
have
a
to
can
cut
of
that out
worms.
because I don't want to fucking deal with the backlash.
Nah, it might take it off the heat of Todd Smith. So.
Yeah, poor old Toddy.
Jeez, you got a
He's-
couple of great fucking.
That's gonna stick. That's gonna stick. We both just report and just make shit up. too.
Jace is just balls deep in both codes. He loves it.
Both make shit up. So anyway, speaking of making shit up, could be true, could be not. But he's reporting Warple, your boy, apparently is very keen to come out to Geelong and
fuck,
just
I knew you were
bolster
gonna say
our
that.
midfield. So he's reported that. There's also a lot of talk around Clayton Oliver. He's rested last week and apparently also requested to leave again. So
he hates it there.
I think he hates it. They're a sinking ship. He's going, how the fuck can I get out? Where can I go? And every club is going, looking at his big fat contract, and he's going to have to take a hefty pay cut if he wants to get out of the
But
D's.
he's also not playing the same footy, so he should expect
he's
that.
decent, but yeah, he's not 1.5 or 1.7, whatever he's on at the moment.
He's definitely not on that
That'd be
much.
tough
he
for a
is.
bloke, wouldn't it, to request the release, be told no, to grow up and show that you're still committed and you're doing the extras and shit, wouldn't it? If you
Oh,
were that
man,
dirty
yeah,
that
big
you've
time.
actually officially asked, and then they're like, nah,
Yeah.
and then but you still got to like,
Especially when it's probably him, Truck, Gorney, maybe Stephen May are all sitting there just going, boys.
You know what?
And Gorney's the only one that seems like he's flying the flag for the D's at the moment, defending everyone.
I'm actually going to pay my respects here to the old RM Williams fucking wearing cunts.
Oh, are ya?
Because they didn't let him go. Because he fucking signed a contract to said, I will play for this club for this many years.
Well,
and they actually said no.
It was no
Instead
secret
of,
last year.
well, we don't want him if he doesn't want to be here. Yeah, you get out
oh
of it.
yeah, I get that 100%.
You know what I mean? But it would
Honouring
be
the
shit.
contract.
Yeah.
But on the players' side,
Yeah, yeah.
he'd be going,
But
fuck,
I
man.
think for both sides, there's no point in contracts if you can just walk away from them. But I'm just saying, imagine that if you're like, yeah, I'll see how I go.
But you also
Or,
see-
I don't want to be here. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you see it a lot
Okay,
less.
I love it here now. Still.
I've bought in.
Yeah.
I'm
And
back.
Bought into the fucking
They've got to
team.
front the media and say, yeah, I just love the club. I'll still
was
play
just
for
gammon.
the club.
Yeah, I was just joking.
Yeah. So Gorney's out here defended him, saying, no. He's got to. That's his job. But it was no secret he was trying to fucking also go out to Geelong last year.
Why do they all
Meetings.
want to go to that shithole?
Because we're so good. It's like, hey, are you having a really tough time off field? Do you like doing illicit stuff? Well, Chris Scott's the man for you because he'll turn your life around.
Okay.
That's what it is, mate.
Okay.
It's a draw. No one wants to go to your TikTok club.
I don't want to get them to go there either. We've got enough players. We've got enough guns.
You wouldn't take Clayton Oliver.
Got enough superstars.
I think any club, if they can get Clayton for a cheaper price, can offer him something, but it is that price
I
tag
don't
that's
think
gonna
you
fuck
want
it.
him, though.
I'll take him.
Yeah,
In
but
the
what if
midfield
he
for
just...
sure.
Nah, he's too risky. He
That's
is
what they said
too
about
risky.
Bailey Smith, mate. That's what
No,
they said
but
about Bailey Smith.
way different. Way different.
Why?
All those
Because
reports
Bailey's-
of Oliver being on the fucking
Gearma.
gear for a week.
Mate, Baz loved
Checking
it.
himself into fucking
Baz loved it a bit
hospital
too.
and hiding it all, and it was just B cousins.
Mate,
all
he'll go
over.
out there. He'll go out to fucking Geelong. He'll set himself up on a nice farm.
You can have
Paddy and Jez will be like, mate, here's a few cows. You know, we'll help you build a dam, and he'll just be like, oh, I love
Help
it
you
out
build
here.
a dam.
I don't need gear.
Righto.
Who knows? I'll be interested to see how that unfolds over the
We
next
can't
6 months.
Warple and fucking him.
No, I don't think we'll get one or the other though.
Are we putting the tips
Yeah,
in?
we
you
didn't do
reckon?
the NRL tips.
That's all right. We can do that.
We'll do the AFL.
We'll do it. We'll do them all.
Let's really get a wriggle on here.
Just loading up my
Oh,
What
Collingwood
just get
long.
to? Because I got
Magnificent
3.
rugby or AFL.
I got 5 in the
Oh, hang on.
in the
Sorry,
AFL.
that was the league. I got 3 in the league.
Yeah, I
Fuck
got
on
3 as
IMDb.
well.
Yeah, I also got 3. I got 7
Oh,
out
I
of
got
9.
3 in the AFL too.
Did you?
But I tipped fucking
5.
North and I tipped
Well, you
3.
both tipped Collingwood, didn't you? Too. I remember
I
that.
tipped Collingwood and I tipped fucking I didn't tip the Crows either.
Dumb cunt.
Yeah, I think I tipped Carlton too. That was.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I probably won't tip against Adelaide at home again.
Mate, this one's mouth-watering. We got
I-
the 2 Adelaide teams at the Fortress. Fucking the nest
The
as well.
showdown.
Really?
Yeah.
Showdown.
Showdown Saturday
Wow.
night. Starting off Thursday though, I
don't
cannot
know what to
believe.
do
Boy, it is hard.
Why does it have to be
Collingwood-
that this
Collingwood
week?
long.
Yeah, look, Freo love playing at home. Collingwood Do they bounce back? Neds believe that they're paying $2 fucking.
Who is?
What?
Who is?
$2.
Collingwood.
Ned's giving Collingwood $2. But the tipsters,
I'm tipping Collingwood.
tipsters are saying 86% Collingwood.
No, I'm going Collingwood, man. And by a margin, too.
I'm going Freo.
Yeah,
I'm
going Freo just
After that
because
last
only
week.
14% went them and I need ground.
I just think
And it's long.
mate, Freo love Optus.
Well, that's good.
They love being at home.
And Magpies, are they? I think they like to stick around where they live.
Well, they're not a.
but they're not a
they
migrating
don't
bird.
you don't see
Yeah,
many
yeah.
Western Australian magpies.
No.
No.
So
Have a look at
it is
this.
Still long.
They just want to swoop cunts.
I'm going to tip Carlton.
Righto.
Fuck it. I'm giving them another chance.
yeah.
Spud Frawley's memorial match, I believe it is.
Oh,
So maybe
beautiful.
St Kilda will just turn the fuck up.
I used to love the Spud.
I'm going St
Mate,
Kilda.
He's
Fuck,
a
he
legend
was
of the
so
game.
funny.
no
No one
reason.
dislikes that bloke.
He was so funny.
Oh, the Poozin.
Yeah, they're going to just flog.
Pump.
Just quickly, I think I might go St Kilda.
Oh, yeah,
We'll
I'm going St
Purely
Kilda.
because it's Spud Frawley's
And it's
game.
Carlton.
And it's Carlton.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hawthorn.
It's got to be
They'll
Hawthorn.
be
That
winning.
one big time.
Jeez, we've had a good draw last
Sydney
couple.
are going to find a bit of form here.
You reckon?
They'll win a few. They're not going to contend for a fucking premiership, but they're going to beat Essendon.
I don't reckon. I reckon the Dons.
Really?
I'm going
They're
Swan.
shit.
I know. But oh, here we go. Up to Darcy, is it? TIO?
Darcy,
Is
that is. Dogs, man. I think Suns have had their little fairy tale run at the start.
Yep.
But
Yeah, I'm going Dogs.
Bont, well, it's just, I'm tipping Bont.
I
essentially.
am tipping Gold Coast in Darwin. It's a bit
Oh.
like the Tigs at Leichhardt.
Oh,
That's what they say. That is what they're saying in the AFL scene. Wow.
Oh, here we go.
here we go.
Yeah, this will be a great game.
This is going to be a great game.
Fuck
well,
yeah.
you'd think so.
I actually don't
anyway.
think it'll be great. I think Adelaide win by
I
70.
think they rape.
I think
Wow.
Adelaide rape.
Port home
rape,
game?
Pillage. Nah.
Port home game.
Yeah, but it's
Ooh.
Adelaide Oval. Soon as the Crows see.
No,
what are they going to
no,
put a
the-
lightning bolt off the nest?
The
Are they?
crowd, mate.
Yeah,
They get-
mate.
they get majority
but
seats.
we all know. We all know
I-
whose home it is.
Yeah, I know.
The
Fuck
thing
off,
is-
mate. You're renting.
You know
this
what?
week.
You know
You're a
what is?
renter.
You know what is a legit statement. So if it was a Crows home game,
Yep.
crowd would be like 90-10. But because it's a Port one, I think it'll almost be like 60-40.
Yeah.
70-30.
Because they
Adelaide-
allowed the member, like they allowed.
Yeah,
them to
they
buy
just
tickets,
don't
right?
quite show up as often. You
Yeah.
watch, it'll be fucking 95-5 now. that I've said
Crows
it.
will pack in on the hill for sure.
If Port Adelaide were on fire, they'd be all there.
Mate,
But
absolutely.
getting humped by 90 last week won't have helped.
But
Can
this
someone-
would not be a fixture that would surprise me if then Hinkley just gets the boys and they go, we're going to win. And we're
Now-
going to win good.
Let's
but
just kick 12 goals and a half
yeah,
against
but
Hawthorn.
based off form, it's like it should be Adelaide that hump.
This might be a stupid question.
Yes.
And I'll happily cop it. But Adelaide Crows wear a crow. What the fuck's a Port Adelaide?
Power.
Just like a
That's
like-
gay as
yeah,
fuck.
that's
Port
right.
Adelaide
That's
power.
so gay. So there we go.
So they're like,
Gay.
it's a big dude that just walks around with a lightning bolt. It's like Melbourne Storm.
Big dude with a
essentially.
lightning bolt.
Essentially.
Gay.
Yeah, when you say it like that,
Yeah.
it
Nah,
does.
It's just going to be humping.
I think it will be humping too.
Let's go.
They're actually they're expressed in a formula.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
Expression of Ohm's law they are. The old power.
Jeez, that's
Yeah, right. Look, there's a lot of teams across a lot of sports that have
The
power.
Port Adelaide voltage times current.
But Ohm's law for you.
well. They're about to get fucking pecked the fuck out of.
Just goes wild.
Yeah, I'm
Anyway.
going to back the Crows. See that? We just dribbled and we just could have said, yeah, we're back at
Yeah,
Adelaide.
back at the
Yeah,
Crows.
no, but that's
Well,
boring
you got
as
to
fuck.
dribble about your team.
This next one is worst game of the year.
Ow.
Easily.
Is this the game they win?
This gets 4. Nah, Richmond fans will still actually show up, and Richmond will win.
Okay.
West
Yeah,
Coast
I reckon
can
too.
West
Richmond
Coast-
have actually got a bit about them. They
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah, they do.
At
They have a
least.
little bit of crazy wins. Oh, what do you know? The boys are back for a week, and West Coast just go, we suck.
Yeah.
They're fucked. Half of them will still be asleep from the plane trip.
Wow.
Harley-
Is
Harley
this the
will be-
time to get on West
Harley
Coast?
will probably
man,
be
but they
going
suck.
for about 45 coffees over the weekend.
He's got a
with-
few meets. Brad Scott is lining
How
him up
long's
for
he
a couple of
locked?
coffees.
How long's he locked in for?
Oh, fuck.
I'm not sure he's
Doesn't
actual-
matter though.
Yeah,
They're
Oh, I'm homesick. I got to go back.
Yeah, he misses Melbourne. And watch him just get a move next year and just average 30 again.
And look, you know what the sad part is?
I miss good food and protesting heaps.
You know what is the sad part? Is that there would be blokes to get drafted over there for Freo, for the Adelaide teams even. And you're 18, 19, never lived out of home, and you would get homesick. But because people just take the mickey out of it, every time now you go,
People have used and abused it.
Yeah.
Mate, if I, completely hypothetical, if you and like myself got drafted and you went and played over in WA right now in the worst team that West Coast has probably ever put out.
Suck.
You're not winning premierships that's keeping you over there. You're going, I want to go home to a team.
Mate, how you going? Are you loving it? Yeah,
it's real good.
Like, obviously, he'd be looking long term and going, this sucks freckle right now.
Yeah.
But it's just a couple of years of hard yards and he gets just
If you got a bit
funneled in.
about you, though, you go, nah, I want to build it here.
Yeah.
I want to build it here.
He could be the next Benny Cousins.
Yeah.
But look at
But
Chris
see,
Judd.
Chris
Could be
doesn't
Chris
do enough
Judd.
drugs.
Yeah, but Judd went over there and it was
One
like...
premiership.
But yeah, but he wasn't in just this sort of team. Like,
No.
they were building to something. at
They
least.
were a part of 2 of the best grand finals
Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
They
And it
were
wasn't that long
legendary
after he
team.
went there sort of thing.
No, not at all. But
So,
anyway, Harley Reid will be gone.
Like, they aren't going to play a grand final for fucking a long time.
no.
So,
But
anyway.
yeah, they're in that peak rebuild after winning in 2018.
So, anyway, up the Tigs.
We're tipping Richmond.
And this one looks pretty easy on recent form, but it wouldn't shock you if... Would it shock you if GWS rocked
No,
up?
purely because GWS are due to bounce back eventually.
Yeah.
They're not a bad team. They've lost a few in a row. They're due to bounce back. I don't think it'll be at Cardinia Park.
Better man than me to tip him, though. I'll be tipping Geelong.
Yes, me too. Obviously.
Tyre Arena.
Bluntstone.
Fucking hell.
The
I
old
was going
fucking
to say Workboot
steel cap.
Arena.
Muddy. Oh, yeah, it is. Fucking, what was I thinking of?
I don't know. but
Bridgestone.
fucking
Bridgestone.
Yeah. There again, I'll probably would have said a golf ball.
Golf ball,
Oh,
yeah.
well, tyres for the feet. Fuck off.
Let's call it Bell Reeve
You've
Oval,
got
mate,
to...
what it actually is.
You've got to be tipping the Lions
Yeah.
there.
Definitely.
Although Tassie, fuck, she's cold down there, boys.
Yeah, old Bell Reeve.
Yeah.
Lions are going to
Surely
rape
not.
There's going to be a
Surely
few
not.
rapings this round. They
Yeah.
should just call it round. No, don't even.
No.
Wow.
No.
The old RR.
Yeah. Don't worry about
Thursday night footy.
Yeah, are we going, we're going to chuck the fucking...
The butt.
Yeah, put the bar in. Sorry, we
righto.
didn't do the bar earlier. We could edit it back, but we won't.
Oh,
No,
cool. The
why
first
would
game,
we?
absolutely no idea. That's great.
At Conway. I'm going to tip the Finns.
I'm going Para.
I'm going...
Fuck Para.
I'm going
Okay.
Para too.
Para.
The Finns were good.
Yeah,
they just
I just-
can't
Para
defend.
were good too.
Yeah,
They kept
true.
it interesting. I think Mitchell Moses.
I'm only
tipping Mitchell
going.
Moses.
I'm only going Para because of Moses and Combank. If it was at, fucking Dolphins home ground,
KO
I'd go with
Arena
them.
out
Oh,
on
yeah.
Redcliffe.
Oh,
wherever
at
the
the-
fuck it is.
Out at the.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, I'm going to tip McDonald Jones here, and the fact that the Titans are in all sorts.
Yeah, me
but
too.
like it, honestly,
I'm
the
tipping
Knights could
Titans.
just fucking decide to stay at home.
Yeah.
I think they're. I'm tipping. If this was Sunday afternoon, I'd probably go Newey, but Titans
Are
are
you
due
tipping
for
the
a
Titans?
win. Yeah, well,
Oh,
Newey just like,
wowie.
oh my god, we finally got a
But
win.
saying that, that's
But
not
then they're
crazy
gonna
though, is it?
suck.
No, it's not.
But I'm
Just
not
'cause
doing
it's
it.
Newey.
Yeah.
I'm just banking on Titans to finally bounce back.
Now,
Come on, you cunts.
are we going to get
Dude.
something from Tom Barbary in this game? The old fuck, he was proud of his boys.
Oh, if they win, he'll probably shed a tear.
I think he's a Souths fan,
I
if
don't know
anyone
if you
doesn't
can
know.
tell, yeah.
So, are you going to put your kahunas on the line there, Tom?
Oh.
Hopefully, we'll hear from you Thursday.
On the Punt Show.
And
So what are you
we'll-
putting the call out? Like, are you putting a carton on, or maybe something
bet.
maybe something between yous at the day next weekend?
That's right. Well, that's sort of where I was going,
We have
Tom.
to
But I
sing-
can't do everything, so I was going to let someone.
let him decide
Yeah,
what
mate,
he's willing to put on the line, and see if you two will take his offer.
Because at the end of the day, like his team is the underdog,
Mm.
as they like. Well, do you reckon they are? They got to be.
Yeah.
100%.
They're the underdog.
The
So
value
I'll
says
let
that, the
him.
tipsters.
Yeah.
I'll let him decide
Yeah.
what he
Would
wants
you
to
be
do.
open to a line, like giving him a head start? Or would you going to do the
Well, this
head-to-head?
cunt loved said head starts
Mate, I
last
don't
year
mind
with,
it. I don't
Geelong.
mind it.
Oh, yeah,
let him-
I got no opinion on this. 'Cause
Look, he can offer whatever he wants.
Yeah.
I don't have to accept.
Yeah.
So,
Fair enough.
like, I'm keen to hear what
Well,
you're going to say, Barbs.
there you go,
but
Barbs.
Take it too
Think
far.
of something.
It's another job you've got for fucking Thursday, mate.
Yeah.
Boys, this will be a ripper.
I'm obviously going to tip the Brisbane Broncos.
Yes.
Oh,
First versus second, mate.
Surely
this
this is game of the round in GIO.
Canberra,
Stadium.
some of the best attacking footy in the comp.
Three,
Dogs, some of the
3
best
o'clock in the
defence.
Arv, though, that doesn't bring in GIO as much as it would at 8 o'clock on a
Yeah.
cold Canberra night.
Dude,
It is
I'm tipping
Bankstown
Canberra.
anyway.
I'm tipping Canberra.
The,
I'm on the Canberra train.
someone called this last week, actually. Can't remember if it was on 9 or KO, but they said Canberra will be right up for this Magic Round game, obviously. Because and then, like they said, they've got the Storm and then they've got Canterbury next week. If they can take those scalps, they will be
Mate.
up and about.
Yeah.
So,
Like, and then you genuinely sit there and go, okay, can they win a premiership?
Boy, can we just say, too, that try from, was it KO Weeks?
Yes.
Cunt. That was a fucking great try.
Yeah.
Great try.
Great
That's-
try for the neutral. If I was a Raiders fan watching that in live time, I would have been like, because
take the game.
mate, I love it. I think it's so exciting and awesome, but low percentage. Like, if that doesn't come off, you want to kill him.
Yeah,
Because-
but it did.
But
though.
it did exactly. That's what I mean. It did.
You want those
come
players
off.
Like-
to take the game on.
Like it's
that.
not as it's not as cool as Billy Slater's was in the Origin, but
No.
a similar sort of feat of
Billy-esque.
powering and then in the rain kicking it through
Mate.
and just getting the bounce.
Yeah.
to go to Golden Point
Awesome.
and doing it over Ryan Pappenhausen.
Yeah, that was
It was
great.
just like
I was sad to say
that cunt's balls were
What
hanging down.
tackle
to his
number
ankles.
was it? Because I didn't think it was that
cannot
out of
remember,
out of-
actually.
I thought it was anyway.
Yeah.
A good-
Can't remember.
great play.
Me too.
Who you tipping?
I am going Dogs purely out of I think they've had their bed shit, which is fair enough. You can't rock up every week and do it, but they've got their bed shit out of the way, and I just feel like they'll be up for it. If it was late at night and cold as fuck, I would have went Canberra just because of those sort of things. But me for the Dogs, but would not be surprised at all if Canberra do it.
I'm going to pick the Dogs too. I
I'm
don't
going
know
Canberra.
why.
I really like Canberra for this one. I think they're just going to be so up and about after Magic Round.
I'm hoping that it's a little last game of the round into a Saturday Arv, short turnaround type deal.
Yeah, true.
What did I say that for last week? Did it work?
Yeah.
And you don't tip Penrith this week, boys. I'll tell you that much.
Don't
After
ya?
beating the Bronx.
Well, who do you tip out of Dogs and Wild?
I'm going to go Dargs at Lose Stadium.
Lose Park.
Well, that's at the Gong, isn't it?
I believe that's the square-shaped.
Nah, wins at the Gong.
I'm going Bros. I'm
Or
going
like-
Bros.
Yes. Yeah, the
Yeah.
square shape next to the water. That's
Yeah,
how I
mate.
remember it.
Fucking oath.
I'm going to go Bros because they're just flying under the radar and winning games. They're not winning them pretty. They're not winning amazingly.
They've got a gun halfback.
but they're winning.
You got to cop it.
Dargans
The gun
at
is on
Lose.
fire.
They'll get the job done this week, I reckon.
All right.
They got to show up for their fucking fans. Come
Eventually.
on, do it for them.
Next one, Penrith, North Queensland.
Mate, you don't win the next week after beating the Bronx. Go
Yeah,
the Cows.
But
Mate, I
Penrith's just back
I
now.
just feel like I wouldn't say back and they're going to win the comp and they're just
No,
legends,
but like they're not going to be last place.
I just
No.
feel like something might have clicked. Cleary might have got a bit of confidence as well. I just feel like they beat them.
Yeah, I think you take a lot more confidence from beating Brisbane at Magic Round at Suncorp compared to beating the Roosters.
Tough game, boy. They were
So
up and about.
I think that
The
was their
Penny
game.
Panthers.
where
Look at
they
him just
kind of
trying his best over there.
Look, I love it. I wish I was as optimistic as you.
You had to
Shit on
get up.
Penrith.
You had to fucking get up. It was finals like game, and now you got to back it
walk
up
in
the
the
next
park.
week.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it
go
was,
Penrith.
man.
Soft as butter, you can't.
Oh, hey, look at
will.
this.
Here we go.
Look at this. Woohoo!
Oh, boy.
Manly Cronulla Sunday Ave, 4 o'clock. at
Yeah.
Brookvale.
Yeah,
Just stop it. Oh, Miss Melbourne.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say.
Are we
I
all
was
just
going to
going
say,
Melbourne?
what's so great about this game?
that confused me as well.
I've already picked Melbourne and
I was
moved
thinking,
on.
yeah, well, I've got Melbourne too.
Yeah, Melbourne bounce back.
I think-
Do you want me to do that again?
Yeah, ready? Ready?
3-2.
Look at this!
Ric Flair drip.
Manly and Cronulla. 4 Pines, 4 o'clock Sunday Ave. You just doesn't get any better than that.
You got to go Manly,
That's
don't
Sunday.
Oh, I don't care. Can I tip a draw?
I just 405
Just
4
don't
Pines
tip.
Park.
Yeah.
I just on the hill.
Oh,
I've
man.
done that so many
I
times.
just
at Manly
don't
this
care.
year,
Like that
yeah.
is just.
Oh, Jace, you
The
please go
beaches.
Sharks.
No, I'm going to go Manly. They've had the
Fuck's
week
sake.
off, so they might.
Yeah,
actually
they did
fire
too.
up.
Actually,
Is
blokes.
Turbo playing? That
I'll
makes
check
a
for you.
You would assume so.
Big difference.
Or are they naturally?
I've
They
Separate
win with
tips.
Turbo. They
Team
just do.
list.
Straightforward.
Tom Trebojevic.
He's
He is
playing.
in.
Yep. Saab playing too. I think he was
Brooksy,
out for a bit.
DCE, the new Roosters halfback. Hopefully they announce that on the Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. Manly win.
Yeah, you got to go Manly, don't you?
Manly
A full strength
win.
Manly.
Yep. They win. They just do. It's plain and simple.
Righto. Well,
Brookvale.
I'll go Cronulla.
Oval.
Fuck it.
You just
ya?
love being the different bloke, don't you?
Yeah, just fuck Manly.
Just that.
Yeah. How are the days of just hating Manly?
Yeah.
It's gone now. I don't hate him
We
as
need
much.
him to get rid of the Queensland captain. as
Yeah,
their
we
halfback,
need
so we can
need
hate
the
him again.
Stewart brothers. We need Anthony Watmo. We need the
Yeah.
fucking blokes that just made you hate
Oi,
him.
just on old. Did I say that when we were talking about the Cherry Evans contract saga thing? Did I say that like Watmo can't stand him?
Excuse me, Mo.
Oh, what?
Huh?
What? Have you said it?
Nah. Excuse me, Mo.
I get it now. I'm like, what does this cunt say?
Oh.
He's trying to fuck you, wanker. I thought you were saying, excuse me, mate, to me.
Excuse me, mate. I'm like, oh, Tom's not happy with this.
Yeah.
I was a bit confused.
No.
Yes, Anthony Watmo.
So
yes.
what?
I'm glad we got there in
I
the
just
end.
wanted to be weird and be silent after too. Till you.
Yeah, that kind of
continue
scared.
on.
That kind of scared me.
So Watmo doesn't like him because when they had the gun team back in 2011, they won the comp and all
Yeah.
that. Everyone took pay cuts except for him.
Oh,
Remember that?
Yeah. Yes.
Everyone
Do
took
remember
pay
that
cuts to
yarn.
remain as a group.
Yeah.
Except for DCE.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
probably because he was going to leave the club and was very vocal about it, but then backflipped. Surely that has an influence on
Oh man, there's just a bit going on there. But he's the Queensland captain, so fuck off.
it. Yeah, we love him.
Okay, so that's it, done. Now, just quickly, boys, guess who won another fucking F1 race?
Piastri.
Started fourth
Our
on the
boy
grid.
Oscar.
First past the checkered flag, boys. So
How many is that in a row?
25% through the season they are. Quarter of the way through the season. That's what 25% is.
Thank you.
And he has a wonderful lead. So McLaren have just got so much pace. Verstappen blew up about his brakes when he got passed by everyone, so that was funny as
did
fuck.
Oh, take your foot off the cunt stand.
These fucking brakes are bullshit, man.
Oh,
Just
it's
over
always
the
the
radio.
car.
Fuck him. But yeah, Oscar, great lead in the Drivers' Championship. He is just flying. He is
Literally flying.
So they said something. If someone knows more about this than me, which wouldn't be hard, they were saying something about the McLaren car when they get to certain venues about the front wing and if it's going to be able to hold up. So I don't know if like
He's
the
peaked
fucking
early.
ground force changes or the tight turn or whatever is going on. But it was about the front wing and if it's going to hold up around these certain venues. So,
So that's where it gets a bit out of our league in terms
Oh,
of
for sure.
That's when if your car's better, you win.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
All
that's
we
what-
know is fast
that is
car
what happened
win
again
car.
on the weekend. It's
crazy.
They were so much quicker.
I can't
The
believe
pace
it.
they had in the car was ridiculous.
Fucking wild.
I don't get it.
Good on him. Well, we love no matter what sport.
Fucking oath.
Aussie killing it.
Aussie
Yeah.
kicking
Representing
ass.
our nation.
Might be a good shout for the captain, actually.
He
so
might get
far.
it again. He's given. He's
He's
got
won
it
it a few
twice.
times.
Well, unless some other cunt fires up soon in the next 20.
Right. What do we? We've had a lot of boxing.
Oh, man,
over
and
the
we'll
weekend.
skim through it a bit because there's been fucking
Skim through the
heaps.
shitties.
Well, I'll skim through these
skitties.
then because it's boxing in Times Square. So,
yeah, that sucked.
So it was just a few big fights there. It started off well, I thought. Teofimo Lopez, I thought, looked really good. Like, he was sharp as fuck. Out of all the three, I think that was the best one sort of to watch, and it looked like Tio's back and looking to line up some bigger fights. And then coming from a casual rugby league Biffin fan, the next two can fuck off. Like,
did you watch the whole thing?
yeah, I bought it and fucking sat there and watched it because I'm like, cunt, that's massive fights. Those 3 fights, big names in the sport. Obviously, with the drama with Garcia and fucking Haney, both in separate fights, looking to obviously both win, line up the fucking rematch and rah. But Haney was just moving left and right. Like
They reckon it was shocking.
It was shit.
It was just rank.
But people were blowing up like he was just going to bulldog this guy. It's like, man, he's always not been an exciting fighter.
But is it always as bad as that?
I don't think so. But it's not like I've just been a super fan of Haney either. I just know he's always been like a Mayweather style where it's not this slug match.
No.
He's always going to be moving. But that was gay to watch. And then Garcia and Rolly Romero was weird, to be honest. Rolly dropped him with a good left hook in round 2. And Garcia had a good jab. Like, he had the good jab early, which he was obviously faster than Rolly in that. But it's like Garcia just never threw a fucking power punch. Like, even to the point where he got to round 11 and he was getting told, like he would have been getting told, cunt, you need to knock him out. You would have been thinking he's going to come out and put it on him, but I don't know what it was. It might have been just credit to Rolly for just having an awkward style, maybe hard to hit, but I'm just going, I just thought it was so weird that you didn't see any proper
Was he
rips.
fucked, fatigued or anything?
No, he looked pretty good.
Didn't really go to script,
he just didn't engage in the big shots, like didn't release the hands. And it was just a bit weird to see.
I have just a quick question because you would have seen the whole event. Where did they walk out of? I saw some cunt walked out of a taxi.
Yeah, they had cars that pulled them up and then they'd walk through.
So no one just walked out of a fucking shoe store.
Was it like
out
a
the
ticketed
back.
thing?
No, I don't know.
I think it was very exclusive, wasn't it?
It
For
wasn't like
just
big crowds
rich.
and that. I don't
No,
know.
it was pretty small from what I saw.
Yeah, I don't think there was people just like walking down the street going,
like, it was a cool thing to do, but the fights were just shit. Like, I just go, that just proves, doesn't it, that you could have the best names in the sport. And don't get me wrong, there's probably some technical boxers out there to just pull off to a jab. But like,
Not us
if you're
bar
sitting
fans.
there and just an entertainment value, those 3 fights were pretty lackluster for just the casual fan who wants to see this spectacle that's been hyped
coming
up.
off Eubank and Ben as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like, that sort of shit.
Yeah.
It was not like
That was a
not
rugby
anything.
league
Like,
brawl.
they put some stats up with the amount of punches thrown, and it was pathetic compared to other fights. So anyway, that followed suit with a big dirty steamer the next morning with Canelo versus Skull. So
that
Skull
was bad as well.
fought on the back foot a lot. I didn't watch that one because I bought the card the day before, and I'm thinking, I might just watch the highlights for Canelo's.
Yeah.
And you could tell Canelo was pretty dirty after. He was sort of going, look, I don't like
wasn't
those
happy.
fights. Like, because obviously he was just walking old mate down who was just fucking on the treadly. And yeah, but got the win, which sets up a huge fight between Canelo and Crawford.
Yeah, I saw it square up.
Yeah, so they squared off, which is obviously massive. Like, that fight is
Turco
probably one of the
Al-Sheikh
biggest.
was in there with him, wasn't he? Both of them made him hold that little belt.
And I
say,
think
"You're
I
punching
think that's
on."
going to be the first thing I read anyway. I don't know if it's true or not, but read that that's the one that Dana White's going to be promoting as their new TKO boxing sort of thing.
yeah,
So,
right.
which you couldn't really get a bigger fight to kick it off with.
No, one that a lot
How's
of
about
boxing
the
fans been waiting
fucking
for.
names this weekend? Boxing.
Yeah,
Like,
just
I watched the really good highlights, actually, of Inoue,
yeah.
the monster.
I didn't get the
mate.
chance to see that. Was it?
That was... So I was saying before, you know how it used to be, like, if you got to pay for this fight on pay-per-view, main event, watch it,
Yeah,
and it was hard to find highlights
Yeah,
because
until a week
you were
later.
supposed to have paid for it.
yeah.
You can just fucking watch them straight up, 15-minute highlights, and it's like highlights of every round.
Yeah.
That was such a good fight,
Good
man.
stink.
You reckon no power punches?
Yeah.
All these cunts through.
Yeah, that's
was
prime.
fucking bombs, man.
So it's
People
just
like
rugby
watching
league.
that shit.
In a way, got dropped straight up.
Did he?
Like, not in the first. I think it was in one of the earlier rounds.
Yeah, right.
This prime, like, it was definitely a hook, but it was almost like a little overhandy hook too.
Like a cut, one he cut down with.
He was trying to get out of the way.
Yeah.
So he was sort of like ducked under the arm and then bang, just caught him flush, dropped him, and he got up straight away, shaking his head like I'm right, and then just walked him down, man, and just round after round was just. But old mate was just throwing this left hook, and it was like, cunt, if that hits you, you are.
That's awesome.
This left hook was so fast. Like I know they're little, and they're like fast anyway.
Yeah.
But this left hook, every time he threw it. It was like the whole crowd and even the commentary were like, oh, like it was
that's
so
awesome.
quick.
But see, you only
didn't land it many times.
That's like that one with those 3 fights at Times Square. It's like, put fucking one that's going to be a swinging fight on there. Like those 3 fights that were just too technical. And I suppose they would have thought Garcia was going to win by knockout.
Yeah.
And that was going to be the way to seal the show. But yeah, it's a hard one. Unfortunately, you can't know what's going to happen in these Blues, eh?
Yeah.
You just got to see. But that would have been cool to see.
Watch the highlights, man, of that Inoue
Yeah, I will.
Cardenas. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, copy. I'll
Good
go have
stuff.
a look.
I think young Sammy Goodman might have been in a bit of strife.
Yeah, well, he's just been announced that like he's fighting soon in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Not just been announced. He's fighting in a couple of weeks, which we'll get to, and I'm pretty sure he's trying to get a win
Get
there,
back, yeah.
and then get that title shot lined up. So
Well, I hope it's a dominant win because if I'm him, if I'm Inoue, I'm going, you need to fucking show me something here because I'm the draw.
The other thing is though too is it's a mandatory thing.
Oh, yeah.
So like Goodman's still up there. He fights this other contender, and if he beats him, he's straight back ready to.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So it's just if they mandate him to fight, you know.
Yep.
Another fight that's been announced: Usyk versus Dubois. I'm fucking off it because
Boys, yeah.
because Parker fucking was the one who showed up
Yeah.
and fought. I know they're unifying the belts, but I just feel like you'd be fucking dirty if you're Joseph Parker.
Yeah, fuck
You'd
yeah.
be dirty.
Because he got sick.
And I just
Giddy.
hope that they've said to the cunt, oi, bud, you're fighting the winner for glory of fucking unified belts. Because you just go, fuck off. Like, just
Joseph
pulling
Parker
out because
fight?
you're a bit sick.
Yeah.
Does he fight under Eddie Hearn? Do you know?
I'm not sure, man. There's that many different fucking
So many
things. I
fucking
don't know.
promoters, isn't
But
there?
anyway, that like it'll be a good fight to watch. I just feel spewing for fucking Parker. Sort of feel like he's our home dude.
He is.
Yeah,
sort of like,
Oh,
fuck
well,
you,
well,
cunts.
he's good,
Pretty-
so we'll have him.
Yeah, we'll fucking Anzacs,
We'll
mate.
claim,
Come on.
we'll claim the Anzac in this part.
But another Aussie, Timmy Zhu, gets a shot against Sebastian Fundora, which I feel like is a pretty quick return back to having his chance. You know, like he had that thing with Thurman lined up after his last win, which was impressive. But I feel like good on him, fucking getting a chance at Fundora. Absolute nightmare. Surely he'd be going fucking again,
Slender
you praying
man.
mantis.
Yeah, but he takes anything on.
Yeah.
Fucking
So
old Timmy.
Oh,
it's
Tim Z
exciting.
wins
I'm
this,
pumped that he
and
got
he's-
another shot.
Yeah, if he wins this, he's right back to where he fucking was after getting hammered by old Nomo, was it? I can't remember
Yeah,
his name.
fuck that. Hopefully he stays in the caves.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Go back.
David Higgins promotes Joseph Parker.
Okay, no idea who Higo is, but
Slightly off.
Yeah,
But that's all right.
So, but there's a few fights coming. I'm pretty sure. What did I forget? His Justice Hooney got a shot with a fucking and might have a title shot on the same card as Tim Zhu. These are all things that have just sort of come out recently, so obviously we'll cover that in detail soon. But there's fucking heaps going
Plenty
on
of
in the
punching
boxing
on.
world. Anyway,
Yeah, good.
The other Biffin UFC card this weekend. So UFC 315, Jack Della Madelena gets his shot against Belal. Forget the cunt, Muhammad. We'll see how we go. Obviously, Bilal's going to be trying to land a few, then sniff and repeat
claims
for
he's
5
going to
rounds.
use his Canelo level boxing against him.
Is that what he reckons?
I think his trainer said he has striking like Canelo.
I hope he tries
You
to do
just
that.
haven't seen it yet. It's like, prove us wrong then, please.
Yeah.
Please, actually, just because I would love to see him get into a stand and bang war with fucking Jack
Oh, he
Della.
never would.
But no, because
As soon as he copped a couple, it'd be back
you go,
to the
oh,
old.
fuck, okay, where's your jocks? I'm sniffing them.
Yeah. But
give him in.
St. Denis opens up the main card, which coming off a couple of losses, I'm fucking betting on him to come out and prove a point because he was on a bit of a tear before he fought Poirier. Alexa Grasso fights Jose Aldo is having a run. Shevchenko.
Hang up the gloves.
No, well,
Jose.
but mate, he's fighting another bloke who's the same age as him though. Like they're both sort of veterans, so I'm going Aldo to get the win.
Good scrap.
Shevchenko, like I said, she's in a title fight for the flyweight co-main, and then Jack Della versus Belal. So, look, if I'm being honest, it's not the craziest fucking
but there's an
pay-per-view
Aussie
card,
in
but
the
there's
name.
an Aussie.
Fighting for a belt.
And I don't think anyone would argue saying it'd be prime to see Belal just knock the fuck out.
Oh,
And just be like, either do something that's fun to watch or
submit
fuck
him
off.
or something.
Something.
You know?
Like
Yeah.
when you take him down, like try and like tap him out.
Yeah.
Don't
Do
just
something
sniff him.
for us rugby league fans.
Yeah, for us blokes who just want to see carnage come.
Yeah. The whole reason why Dana fucking introduced this and made it the big thing it is, and Joe Rogan, the pioneer days, wasn't for blokes like Belal to sniff. I can tell you that fucking much.
So anyway, I'll
That's
be
right,
rooting
boys.
for our man.
Yeah, mate.
Imagine that.
Where
if
is
he can
it?
bring it home. It
We don't
is.
know.
I think it's in Canada because I'm seeing a lot of like,
Canadians.
yeah, like Mike Malott. There's another
Does it
bloke.
say up the top?
A lot.
Montreal.
It is in Canada. It's in Montreal.
There you go.
Oh,
might be.
Montreal.
So there it is. It's in
They
Canada.
love a bit of foot.
Yeah. So anyway, shout out to our boy, the Aussie. Hope he can get it done. I'll be rooting for him. Talking about carnage, boys. I just wanted to quickly bring up a new sport of the week called RunIt.
Oh, I've seen this
Now-
bit of run.
I have
Now,
seen
it's not really new. It's newly sanctioned because us CQ blokes have been doing this at the arse end of fucking parties and yardies
Yeah.
for years. One fucking bloke in the middle of the set here put his shoulder out at a festival doing it.
First day. Actually, the day before Splendor, you could go in like 2 days before the fucking festival
Should have
started.
been up and about.
Go on the Wednesday. Doesn't start till the Friday. Yeah, yeah.
it. You thought, fuck it, I'm going to run straight.
anyone who knows Dean Russell, yeah, he's nearly
Hard
put
to stop from 10 out.
very hard to stop
Yeah.
from 10 out. And you know how you try and get front on and use your chest? I couldn't have been more side on in the replay. And my shoulder just went punt. Straight
good
out.
stuff. But you're right, Tom.
But back
Silly
on the run it thing,
Sundays.
though, these guys, it's a proper lined up thing. They have a line painted in the middle, and they start at each end. One has the ball, one doesn't. So you got to attack a defender. I'm pretty sure they have 3 goes at each other each from the limited time I've seen it. And so far, I've just seen big Usos just
jamming
fucking
cunts.
the collisions. It's
Yeah,
like a
bro.
car crash, man.
Yeah, mate.
I
It's
love
loud.
it. I'm all about it. I don't know if
They're not
there's-
even illegal tackles.
Nah.
Like
No,
they're
they're not.
they're
They're not
actual
shoulder
shots,
charges.
yeah.
They're wrapping the arms enough.
Yeah. And
Like-
it's like, I think, I don't know if there's weight categories. I've only seen the big dogs.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Kiwi boys so
Yeah.
far, they love that shit.
I think that sells more than little dogs.
Oh, for
getting out
sure.
there.
But I want to see a
Wingers.
couple of bantam roosters too fucking going.
Imagine a couple of
Few
just
weight
like
classes.
Yeah.
60-kilo wingers just
So
going at it.
they probably do have it. But the highlights have obviously been the big dogs. But look, I think who the fuck wouldn't get on the piss and watch that?
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
imagine that on a Friday night.
So anyway, I just thought it was a new sport coming through. I'm starting to see a little bit more of the highlights of it.
We talk about. We obviously love we love rugby league, we love rugby league boxing, but this is
They've
you don't
pretty
get
much-
much more rugby
What-
league than just running it straight as a sport.
What these guys have done is they went, hey, what's everything we hate that NRL have taken away from us
Big
to watch on the
contact.
piss and said, let's just make a sport with all of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I'm
Good
all
on 'em.
for it.
Yeah,
all for it.
I'm keen to watch more.
I don't
highlights
want
'cause-
to do it myself, but I
I'll
think
happily sit
I'll
on the
always
sidelines.
watch that shit.
Yeah. On a mad Monday, silly Sunday, when things are getting out of hands, it's like, righto, boys.
I've got to have
Run
some
it
cans
straight.
under my belt, which is
100
obviously not ideal.
If you had
Yeah.
20, you would do it.
that's what I mean, which
Yeah.
is
You
would
obviously not
100%
ideal.
do
Because
it
then
if
you're
you
not
were
in
drunk
your.
enough.
You're not going to do shit properly, are you?
Sorry.
Whoa.
I don't know what happened there. Swallowed a bit of spit. But I'd like to see if it still, I wonder if it still happens or if it used to happen at other piss ups across the country. Because it was definitely a thing that we all did.
It still happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boys had their silly Sunday, Mad Monday this year, and there was a few videos of them just running it straight. They just wanted to.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
animosity that it's like, hey, let's just run it
So,
straight. Righto.
actually, while we're on that, Jace, reminded me of these days sort of thing. Obviously, back playing after you'd finished fucking playing juniors or whatever sport it is, whether it's footy, cricket, anything. Cans after games.
Yeah.
Beers in the sheds. Fucking whatever. It is proper becoming a thing for all teams, no matter what level, No cans in the sheds after the game.
No.
No piss on bus trips. No shit. Man.
Why?
It's in.
Mate.
It's filtered.
No.
It's
What do you
in
mean?
It's everywhere.
Well, like into the local league.
Yeah. Yep.
Who the
There's
fuck's
some
doing that?
A lot of local teams around here.
Cunt, I
Tommy,
might go and just
actually
start
is a local
visiting
bloke, you know,
teams.
but we won't.
I'm not
I
going to
might
name
start
him.
go around visiting teams and just slapping cunts. That fucking because that's pathetic.
Yeah.
That's
So
why
that-
people play local fucking sport.
Local. True.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not saying fucking get wild after your game of the NRL. Cunt, the fucking local leagues aren't NRL.
Yeah. That
So it's proper in.
couple of years ago when we
That's
were playing,
fucking-
half
that's a
of the
joke.
draw that brought me out of having played AFL for a few years back to league was because it was my mates in a team and they were like, oi, we go out to Emerald a couple of times, we do a big 4-hour bus trip of piss. And I said, I'm playing.
Yeah.
I was like, I will play just for those bus trips. Every single weekend after a game, you'd go back to the sheds, you'd sink piss, have a fucking few beers in the shed after the actual game, have your shower, all about it, and then
lads.
yeah, boys. But like, you take that away, and it's not rugby league anymore.
know.
It's
Wait,
not
I
local
get it.
sport. It's
I get
not.
it.
And it's not just league, by the way.
No, it's everything.
I get it too, right? If you're playing A grade and you're taking it serious as you can. Well, it's not your profession, but you're
But even
fucking,
then-
but you're ripping in. But I mean, what I'm saying is, after the game, if you shit the bed and you have the worst performance ever, I'm not saying you can't drink, but you're not going to hype it up and But regardless, you still have a fucking beer with your mates.
You go to
That's-
Rocky and play and win and get on the bus.
and get on the piss with the boys and
it's a
fucking
reward.
socialise. That's why
It's
people.
team
that's why-
bonding.
If you're
So
not getting
anyway.
paid from it, why else are you doing it? You're doing it to fucking have fun
Social
away from your
aspect.
fucking family and your missus and that. Don't be shit cunts.
I'd love to. I'd love
I'm
to
off
hear
that.
the argument for, because we've just given about 58 against.
Oh, you play
Just-
better. Your recovery's better.
Yeah, that's all
of
it
it
is.
is
Mental
professional
clarity.
sports. Shut up.
Yeah. Literally, rugby league
Fuck
players,
off
NRL
that.
players drink after their games. If they
I know.
if they have a 7 or an 8 day turnaround, they're going, oh, we're having a
You
big
see
couple
them
of
sing the
days, boys."
song and fucking they've all got goldies.
They
in
go
their
out
hands.
that night.
Mate,
You see,
if-
I've seen players injured in games before, and then you go out to a nightclub in Brisbane, they're walking up a stairs drinking.
Now,
You're like,
the other thing is,
What?
if you choose not to drink, or if you have work the next day, and that's on you, that's sweet. But if you're being told by your coach at a local,
Or you've
sporting
decided
thing,
as a team.
yeah, but that's fucking gay. If you've done that as a team,
Come back in. It's all right.
Anyway.
That you're allowed to say that now.
Yeah,
I feel
gay
like
doesn't mean homosexual. Gay just means, oh, that's gay. Like, that sucks.
it's a thing, yeah.
It's coming back. I feel
it's
like it
coming
went
back.
away for a
Yeah,
bit.
it's definitely
and
back.
It's back.
I hope
and
so.
we
I've
love
let
it.
leash on it today.
It's this episode especially, yes.
We'll just call it gay.
That's gay. That'll get some
Big picture of Elton on the front. As the thumbnail.
Yeah, all right. Well,
But
that's
anyway,
sorted.
we'll
Anyway.
stop whining about that. That's just blown me out of the park, though. That's,
I didn't think you knew. But
That's-
all sports. Not cricket, though, I don't believe.
surely
Nah, that's
not.
built around alcohol.
Yeah.
But
like
the
playing.
AFL and the league around town is definitely it's in.
That's sad.
Yeah, sucks. It, look, I didn't race down to sign up.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Which I wasn't going to anyway. Is that it, boys?
Just quickly, obviously, CTC, massive supporter of ours, captain of the week, brought to you by CTC. Head to thecountrycompanies.com to cop one of the designs Knuckler's got ready to rumble. There's fucking hats everywhere on that site. And head to countrytruckercaps.com to design your very own.
Yep. It's got to be Oscar again.
Well, after all those yarns, who else are we going?
I think we've given it to Oscar enough. I'm going to make a case for NRL and Brisbane and Magic Round.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Just because it
Magic
is
Round.
just so good. I don't
How
know
about
you
everyone who
boys.
wore a jersey to Magic Round?
Yes.
Yes,
How
that's
good was
perfect.
How good was there was a few? Sorry if I don't mention it, but the one with Petro just
That was a great fucking photo.
Yeah.
That can get captain of the week.
I was stiff.
I've seen to showcase the
boys
jerseys
with
on
Petro.
That. I saw some
Oh.
bloke who it sells vintage jersey or something in a video, and he said that it's like the Milan Fashion Week for jerseys pretty much.
Yeah.
The 3 days, everyone's wearing the jerseys they've got. You're wearing your team's jersey. You might wear an Origin. You might wear the Reggie's jersey.
There was a lot of
on
Reggies I've heard.
Showcase.
I have
we
heard.
were on
That's
Showcase.
good.
I've heard from a source that
A
there was a lot of
reliable
Reggie's
source.
How good's
jerseys
that?
there, so I loved it.
That's
Fucking
captain of the
oath.
week.
Good
then.
on you, legends.
The
whoever
Reggies
did
at
it.
Magic Round.
And wash it, dry it, look at it, and get ready to wear it next
Yes.
weekend.
Please.
That's your wristband in.
So yeah, Caxton Street and Milton will be flowing with Reggie's jerseys again.
Fuck, it'll be good.
bro.
What's happening that on the Saturday evening? Is there any games?
No, I
No,
don't
there's
think
a
there
game
is.
at Suncorp at 3 p.m. But
Oh, yeah.
obviously we're not going to catch that.
Yeah,
one.
we
you
might
can
hear
if
it.
you want, but
Yeah, that's right.
I will not be leaving the
Fuck
venue.
no, there'll be some
No, no.
great.
It's the
fucking
Dolphins,
All-Stars.
but there's a game on the Sunday at Suncorp as well.
Bronx Dogs, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But there's two
Yeah.
games at Suncorp that weekend. The
Yeah,
Dolphins
righto.
play and the Bronx play. So
We'll cover it next week.
that's for anyone who's fucking,
Sniffing
hanging around
around.
on the
Well,
Sunday.
if you fuck off out to the footy, you're probably not going to come back in.
The Friday night is going to be a bit hard for us to do anything with yous because we don't get in till late.
Yep.
Someone has to work
I also have to work.
on the Friday. But anyway, Saturday, can't wait for it. It's
Oh.
May 17th.
And we'll just drill your fucking ear holes with it next week too.
Yep.
Yep, big time. You will hear us again.
Also, if you got questions, just hit us up.
Yeah.
Just ask them. There's no such thing as a silly question. I'd hate for you to not know what's going on.
Yeah, and
Even
even
if
if Groper won't reply, that's a silly question.
Even if we've said it 58 times
Yeah.
and you're still not sure, just ask. I'd rather that. As
100%.
much shit as I give you for it on the day. No. Big Punt Show again coming up.
Yep.
Tell you what, there won't be. It'll be might be a little tiny bit shorter because we don't have to hear any winners.
Yeah. I need to fire up. I've been just shocking.
yeah, mate, me too.
I got extremely drunk on Saturday, as I said.
Oh, did you?
Went to the Rubbity Dub Dub at midday and was on the heavies early. And I backed one winner all day. And I said to the boys the next day, I said, and you know what hurt me even more is that it was my birthday. I backed one winner all day and I was betting more than I normally do. It's just the worst when that happens.
Yeah. Try 0.
Yeah.
That's what I
Well,
backed.
you're waiting to win next weekend.
That's right. And just take
And this
the
weekend to
glory.
be.
Take the glory.
Yeah.
That's right.
Righto, so we will see you Friday morning. All the best.
All right.